Welcome to the stream. I'm joined here with Rob, Shin Rob Jira. He's here today. He's going to help entertain everybody, run the show on the chat while I'm looking and building this figure for everyone. We're going to be going over the flying form today. We already did the adult form, but that was, last week. This is this week, so we're going to be going ahead and going through this one right now. We're going to take this apart, and then we're going to rebuild it into its flying form. We'll go over paint and detail after it's been rebuilt, and then we're going to go into articulation, and then we will do size comparisons with other figures. Your guys' choice, so start thinking about that. And then we'll just sit around and do a little Q&A. That's how we like to wind down these streams. It can be about the figure, it can be about life, or it can be about, monster stuff. That's cool. But without further ado, let's just, let me just take the swig of water and then we'll get started.
A little bit of H2O. Halloween 20.
Man, cold water is so refreshing, isn't it?
It really is.
It is fantastical stuff right there. Okay, so for this part of the stream, I'm going to be behind the camera here, or in front of the camera, I should say. Just because there's just so much to do, So, and we've got a manual right here to help us out. All right.
Let's go, Manuel.
So let's get into it, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you ready for this, Rob? Are you ready for this?
I am. Sick Rodan shirt, too.
Thank you. I actually got this shirt for free when I was over there at the Godzilla -1 premiere. They were handing them out. So it was really cool. Special thanks to our boy Chris over at Toho Kingdom for helping me out with that.
Shout out Chris, Toho Kingdom. He's a
Shout
lovely
out
gentleman.
to Chris. All right, let me just get.
Gentleman, good host.
I just realized I need to get my stream up here real quick. All right, I just want to make sure that everything is going right there. Stream's not frozen, right?
No, you're moving.
Okay, I'm moving. Yeah.
You've got movement.
It was me. I was standing still. Okay. All right, everybody, check it out. We've got this giant manual that we got to get through. The first page on the manual is just the regular version of Legion. We're going to be going to page, let's see here, page 3 of the manual right here. And this is the beginnings of doing the flight form. So the first part that it's going to want us to do is going to remove the midsection right here. So we will go ahead and do that. It pops off quite easily, actually, depending on how sturdy you had this part in here. It doesn't appear that we're going to use any of these parts of the figure throughout the whole entire stream. It looks like this part we're just going to set off to the side for now.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah.
So the journey begins.
Yeah, so we've got our figure, and I'm going to move this closer to myself right here. Okay, so the first thing is, you know what? We do use the back half. I lied, guys. I should just learn to read ahead, right? So we are going to use the back half of the body still. So let me just move the top part off to the side for now.
Yes.
So for this part right here, what it wants us to do, you're going to face the figure towards yourself like so. And what it wants you to do is it wants you to take off these sections of the legs first. So they are held in, it's a hinge joint system, but it's a ball joint that plugs into it. So you just want to pull it out. Oops. I pulled the wrong part of it out. I pulled the... I pulled the part that was not supposed to come off. But you know what? I'm going to keep it off anyways, because I want to get this thing out.
Darn, says Robozilla.
Yeah.
Don't you just hate when you're pulling legs off of bugs and the wrong part of the leg comes out? Golly gee. We are in the 1980s.
Woo! That was really difficult to do, because it is in there good, and there's no way to really heat it up, by the way. So I'm going to put these extra parts over here.
Interesting.
Rob, don't have a heart attack, I promise you. It's just really difficult to pull off, because they're... Oh, that one was much more simpler to pull off. That one was just really on there, really, really tight. Okay. You know what's great about these is you can, like...
You can Wolverine them.
Yes!
Or Shredder. Early 2000s Shredder.
Yeah, the Shredder.
Watch out for Shredder.
So that's what it looks like without those parts on there, though. You know, it's just little holes on the inside like that. It is what it is.
Looks
and then
like
it wants you to take off.
So after a boiling pot.
Yeah, and then after you do the top row, they want you to take out these bottom ones too. And they just pop out like that. Oh, thank God for these ones. They're much easier to pop out.
Uh-oh. What about this one, though?
It was a little harder. It was a little harder, but it was fine. And I think the reason for that, the reason why they have you pull this off is because these parts right here become the legs. I believe that's how this is going to go, because it's going to rotate. So that's how they prepare the bottom of these legs right here. They're going to look like this. So, looks kind of funky, right? So, the next step is to flip the figure over now. You're going to flip this over. Just be careful when you guys are doing this. You don't want to push this down when you're trying to take these parts off. I would suggest propping it like this on the table. So just upside down. Now, there's these little parts right here. Let me get a little closer so you guys can see it. There's these parts right here. They want us to take all of this off because we're going to replace it with additional pieces that I have right here in front of us, okay? So they just pop off like this. Let me get up really close. These are super simple. All you do is you just wiggle them back and forth, and they just pop right off. This one's a larger piece. There's 3 pieces in total, and they just it's like a soft plastic material.
Oh.
And they're not held in with ball joints. It's just like a little like a wedge kind of thing.
Little tabby.
Yeah, it's just like a little tab that kind of goes in there. So I would say that if you are going to do this, though, keep your parts that were on the right side and left side separate so you don't get them mixed up. It'll just make your life easier, but you're going to just remove these parts, take them off one by one.
Oh, man. This is making me nervous.
This actually is pretty easy. This part's pretty easy. And what's great about these parts is, like, if you wanted to reassemble them, they have a certain direction, you know? So it's not like you have to really look at the manual to figure out where these parts go.
Be sure to baste your Legion so the legs don't become too tough to remove.
Yeah, don't. I'm gonna put that up there. Chat, acknowledge this comment. This is amazing.
Right on time too. We just hit September, so it's getting to that point.
That's right. Oh, I can't wait for it to get cooler. Okay, so after we take out those pieces right there, we're not going to get to the next part where we put the new pieces on just yet. So what it wants us to do is flip it back around. Actually, we're going to do this upside down like this, actually. Still keep this upside down like this. And what it wants us to do... Hold on, I'm trying to see what this wants us to do exactly. Oh, so now when you're doing this next part, you need to rotate the legs like this. You're going to rotate them upwards so that it looks like this, pretty much. It looks like a person now, right? You got legs and some long arms now. So you're going to rotate. Yeah, right? So you rotate it like this. And then the next step it wants you to do is you're going to take these guys right here. They're kind of like swords or something? I don't know. But they're like little long poker dokers or something like that. So, but what it wants us to do with these poker dokers here is it wants us... They go in a certain direction. Stop it.
I'm sorry, poker dokers.
I'm sorry. The poker dokers.
Poker dokers.
Shishawa. Okay, anyways. These go into the larger ones right here. So you just take this and you just push it down in there. Come on.
Yeah, just poke those poker dokers in.
Yeah. So, and then you have to just, there's, really quick, I'm sorry guys. On the sides of these, so there's the exterior side, and then there's the other side. It says R and L on there, so that way you know which leg it goes on. So this goes on the right side right here. It also says it for your convenience on the inside of the leg. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it that well, but right here where I'm pointing at, it says R and L. right there. So that'll help you out. But just remember that these go on the longer leg parts right there. Oh, that's really cool. It snaps on right there. That's going to be hard to take off later, though. Okay, so this part right here doesn't look like it's going to articulate. The idea of it is it's just covering up the hole, and so this is what it looks like. So it just covers up that hole, and it kind of gives it doesn't move, no movement or anything. It's just a cover, but it's a rad cover. It's not just like a, piece of plastic cap. It's just, it's a poker doker cover. All right, so then the next part that we've got right here are these two pieces, like so. These guys right here. These are, they look like they might be able to move this time around, but they are pretty much effectively cap covers again for the leg parts. These are gonna go under the lower leg parts right here. So I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer. So it's gonna go here, and there's another one that's gonna go right there as well. So just make sure that it says right, and then on the inside of this part right here, it also says right or left, depending on which one you are looking at. So just make sure it's corresponding there. I would look at the manual while you do this to make sure you're angling it correctly. So this is going to go upwards where the sharp tip, the painted sharp tip on this right here is going to be facing towards the body. And it just pops in right there. I have a feeling that this figure is going to be easier to assemble than it is going to be to disassemble. And I think this is a good reason why somebody may want to pick up a second one, because then they don't have to deal with this whole transformation process. But yeah, here's our part of our Legion flight figure right here. This is with those parts assembled now. You guys can see they're just pretty much cap covers. There is no movement on them at all. Yeah, so they're just cap covers is all. So there's that part right there. Let's see here. So now we're going to come back to the underside of it. So these have a certain direction. It looks like this is the left side. So on, it's kind of hard to tell, but I think that this is, they'll only go on one way, but this is what these pieces look like. They're gonna look like this. Yeah, they're just little, so the difference is that the one that comes on the main body, it's got kind of like these leg pieces or hair or something. I don't know. Are you familiar with Legion as a character, Rob?
I absolutely am, but even I couldn't tell you. They look like vacuum motherfuckers with the rubber teeth and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know insectoid biology.
Yeah, I don't know it either. So, but yeah, I'm not familiar. I think it's just like hair or something like that. But anyways, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put these pieces on the part that you took off earlier. So it looks like the larger pieces go towards the top. They'll only go in one direction, by the way. It's designed, they actually have, it's really cool. This is what I like about what Tamashii does is that these slots right here, they're not identical. So they're only going to match the one piece. If you try to put any of the other pieces in here, it's not going to fit. So for example, this part right here, it's large, but then there's a small little divot slit at the bottom of it, whereas this one is just large all the way through. So you can't fail at doing this. You can easily just look at the bottom of this and you can just plug it into exactly where it's supposed to go. So let's do that.
Michael, somebody's asking for a face reveal.
Hi.
There it is.
If you've watched any of my past streams, I've showed my face on here before. I'm not shy.
Bloodborne Eldritch bits. Honestly, the second cap covers looked like uncooked tortellini to me, so.
Yeah, right?
Tortellini is Eldritch bits.
Honestly,
oh my god.
You know what these parts actually remind me of is they remind me of worms that have been dried up and dead.
That's morbid.
Yeah.
You go fishing a lot, Michael?
No. I might have mixed up some of these parts actually. I think this one goes right. Oh wait, no. Yes. So this part goes onto this one right here. Okay, yeah, I just wasn't pushing it down hard enough. I was like, I know I have these arranged correctly. So, and then you get this piece right here. Yeah, you can't go wrong because of the divots that they did on here. They make it so that it's super easy to do. When you put this on there, just make sure that this top piece that goes, they overlay on one another. Just make sure that this part right here is above this part so that when you put this piece on it, it goes underneath it.
And it all fits.
Yeah, fits like a glove, actually.
Like a glove?
Like a glove, you say, huh?
Like a glove.
So you just plug it in on the bottom like that. Same thing with these bottom two right here. Just look at the bottom of it, and it just plugs on in. You know, honestly, this is kind of fun to do. I was kind of dreading this. It's part of the reason why I was like, I'm not doing it last stream. But this is kind of fun to put this part together because it's not super hard or anything by any means. It's it's all snapping together. Just I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. It's kind of fun though, piecing it all together. It's
aesthetically pleasing.
So this is what it looks like with the bottom pieces on there. So before, it was like this, where it had these long bits that were kind of like legs, hair, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not really sure. Yeah, Magubagabras. That's what we're gonna call them, right?
Magubagabras. That is
Magubagabras. That is our official term that we are going with today. Magubagabras. So that's what it looks like. We're still on page 1, by the way, for this, and there's I think there's 4 more pages after this still.
What?
Yeah, there's still more. So we just finished page 1 for the flight form. Now we're on this page right here. So this is just simply telling us the angle that we're going to be putting the legs in. So what you do is you rotate them. So before, they were facing this direction. This is the top of the figure right here. Now we're facing them the other direction. So they're going to go straight this time. So you're going to angle them like this now. So this is the bottom. This is the bottom portion of the flight form now. So this is the tail pit right here. You can curve this up. You can move it. That's how it's going to go right there. Sound good? Uh-oh. I lost a part. Just a second. I think, you know what's funny? I didn't listen to my own advice. I put the part that was supposed to go underneath it on top.
Uh-oh.
Give me 1 segundo. Segundo. There we go. Now it's back. Now it's done correctly. Yeah, it's important that when you do these parts right here on the bottom side of it right here, that this top part goes over this middle part right here. Because if you don't, this middle part will go on top of it, and then these little pieces that you just put on will pop right back off. So it's important that you do sheath it correctly. So if you do articulation, make sure that that goes over it when you move it. Because if you make this go over the other direction, it's going to pop off. So don't do that.
Words of wisdom.
So that's our flight form base pose right there. The next step it wants us to do, guys, is it wants us to get the base out. So the base, if you guys recall, this base is huge. Rob, did you ever feel like when we saw this base in promo photos, it just didn't look this big?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you saw the base and you're like, yeah, it's just a base that it stands on. And then you're just like, holy smokes, this thing's freaking huge.
Yeah, it's going to take up a lot of shelf space.
Yeah, and this piece, I already took it off, but this piece is actually what you would have on it if you were to just do the regular form. It's just this piece. It's translucent plastic. I already took it off though because we need to keep it off for this next step. So the next step requires us to use this small stand piece. There is multiple stand pieces like it. There's this large one right here, and then there's this little medium one right here. So it says that before you put this on there, it says it recommends to put on the smaller cradle piece first. So to do that, it's actually got the top part of this matches the bottom of this. It will not fit these other pieces that are right here. It won't fit these guys.
Good.
So only one part will fit on it. And it just slides on, just like that. Easy peasy, right? And then when you put it on, yeah, lemon squeezy, right? And when you do this part right here, let's see here. Oh, interesting. So the middle piece, guys, goes only into this middle part. But for the flight form, there are 2 pegs right here that have to be popped out of the base. So to do that, you just push down and they both pop out. You will need both of them to pop out. So they look like this. You just pop them out, put them off to the side. The back, this is the back piece that you're gonna put on first. So, sorry, I had this backwards. It goes on the back side of it. So it goes on right here. And then we've got, let's see here. Then we've got this piece right here, which is the smallest stand piece. I mean, it's very small. Very, very tiny. Very tiny. So we are going to, it looks like the medium-sized cradle is the next part that goes on it. Yes. Yes. So there's a small cradle, for everybody to see it. There's a small cradle piece. This is not small. This is the medium cradle. The small cradle piece is right here. This is the medium size, and then this is the large size right here. Jeez. So the medium one is this next step right here. You're gonna take this medium piece. Again, it only goes into this one slot right here. So you wanna make it so that the wings are, the flared edges of this are facing this direction right here. It can only go on in one way. You can't go the other direction. So you just gotta do it that way. That is going to go in the middle part right here.
You're absolutely correct, Runaway Bricks. Haya needs to make Gamera. I agree.
So there's your middle part. So here's your middle part. Haya needs to make Gamera. Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure that they can probably get the license. I mean, it's different. It's not Toho, you know?
Yeah, Kadokawa was pretty lenient, as you can tell, with their Gamera movie output.
But, all right, so the next step on this guy right here is to take these wackadoo stand parts. You get these stands. Look at this, Rob. Like, what is going on with this, right? Like, who had brain surgery today, right?
That's an Uncle Skimmy Dermish if I've ever seen one.
So I'm going to fit this on here. There are 3 holes on this pedestal. There are already 3 holes. You don't have to pop anything out. There are already 3 holes for Tamashii Act stands. You can use anything that's Tamashii Act that will fit into those holes right there, but for this specifically, it wants us to use this guy right here, and this is kind of crazy. It wants you to put it into the most rear side of it, so not the middle or the top, but the most rear side. You're gonna just plug that in. When you plug this in, guys, be careful. Don't hold it up here and push down. You will break your stand. Grab it by the bottom part right here and just use both hands, push it down. That's how you want to do that.
Words to live by.
Don't ham-hand it, okay?
Yeah, don't break it. Purposely.
And then you'll want to twist this. I actually put mine on the wrong direction, so I got to twist it a little bit. Can I twist it, though? I can't twist it anymore. I have to pull it out. Come on.
Twist
you ever watch those Twisted Tea commercials?
I absolutely do, and even their commercials won't convince me to buy their drinks. Because I remember what happened in 2011.
Oh, Rob remembers. Will you remember?
I remember. And I can't forget that type of stuff. Finding a rat in your beverage? Absolutely not.
Oh my. That sounds like a story for another time.
Oh, absolutely.
So when I put this in, because I'm trying to mimic the... Sorry. Because I'm trying to mimic the pedestal right here, I put mine in the wrong direction. They want you to put it in kind of slightly angled. So just for everybody to see this, I'm going to kind of tilt it. So they want you to slightly angle it a little bit. Because what you're going to do is you're going to push this down. And then you're going to bring this one up. This one's going to be angled like so. You can twist these parts very easily. And then you're going to open this one up so it's more opened. These, it looked like a stand that was going to grip around the body, but it's actually meant to hold the wing parts. The wing parts will be just resting on those parts right there. And then these parts, let's see here.
The Legion Puff is about to fight Squid Dora.
No Legion Puffs. Okay. So as funky as this stand looked, it doesn't look as nearly as bad when you fully put it in the direction that they are suggesting inside the manual. So let me hold that up like that. So it goes like this. Maybe it looks still messy to you guys, but to me, it doesn't look so bad. And
it looks like brain surgery to me.
Yeah, it's such a weird, I've never seen anything like this, but I'm going to do it facing this direction this time so you guys can get a better look at how I'm doing this.
Yeah, this is
so
bizarre.
I'm going to, yeah, so you want to keep it angled a little bit like this. Use both fingers to push down into that hole right there. Bend it down. You'll lift this part up. You'll lift this part up. Twist this. You're going to open that up all the way. And then for this next part, you bend it. You can bend it more inward like this, and then like this, and then you push these parts up like that, and voila. This is our resting stand. Now, I guarantee you guys, I shouldn't guarantee, because we haven't done it yet, but I'm fairly certain that this figure, in its flight form, will be able to be displayed without these stands. The idea is that if you want to do long-term display, that's what these are for. So if you don't want unsightly stands in there and you plan on displaying it short-term, or if you figured out how to just tighten these up with the screwdriver, that's how you do it. You don't need these stands in the way. But if you want to make sure that they're never going to move, that's how you would do it. Use a screwdriver right there. Okay, that was it for our first part of it for this page right here. Now we're going to do the next thing where it wants us to put the base of the body onto it right here. So give me 1 second here. So you take it like this. The base of the tail is going to go into the medium-sized cradle, and the back of this right here, the back of the Legion right here has a part that's kind of sticking out. It's just kind of like a, I don't know, part of the carapace. It sticks out. It's going to go over the smaller stand piece. So you're just going to pop it on just like so. And it's conformed to that. I would suggest holding it 2 fingers right here while you put your thumb on top of it to secure right there, while you move the base of the tail so that it fits more. So it just fits into this cradle part a little bit easier, right? And that is it. So that is our flight form on display part 1 right there. It's not going to stay 100% in position because there's part of the stand that's not there just yet, but it's mostly all right. So that's how we're going to do this first part right here. It says on the instructions, by the way, it says, warning, fall.
Warning, fall.
All right, so that was page 2. Now we're on page 3. Yeah, we're on page 3 out of 5 for the flight form. We're halfway there. We're halfway there, everybody.
We're halfway gone and we're on our way.
Okay, the next part of the manual right here, we've got to go through all this next. So we've got more to do.
Woof.
I know, right? Just making sure that's on. Yes. I was going to say, my autofocus is on correct, right? Okay, so now we got a fun part right here is the other stand. This is the largest clear part of the stand that you're going to do. This is going to be where you attach the largest cradle. Again, only this piece is going to fit on it. It goes on only one way. Just push it on in there. That's pretty much it.
Jeez.
I can't tell if that's all the way in though. Yep. Nope, that's in. It's in. So now you're going to stick this piece, and this goes into the largest slot right there. You know what's interesting is that they want this body to be on when you do this part, but I wonder if it would be easier to do without it. Because now I got to lift up these arms. It doesn't say to do this in the instructions, but you're going to want to do this, is lift up the top arms, and then push that piece into there. There you go.
I see what they're doing here.
Yeah, so it's a cradle. This cradle is going to make it so that the figure doesn't fall forward now. So this is secure. Like, this isn't going to fall. Because before it was kind of loose, but now it's not going to fall. And now you can put these pieces back down because they fit right snug into that slot. So that's what it looks like from the front.
Jesus Christ.
Let me zoom in right there for you guys. So yeah, so that's what it looks like from the front. It's a whole thing, right? And this is what it looks like from the back. Wow. I'm still having fun, though. I'm still having fun setting this up. Still having fun. I thought this was, honestly, I really thought this was going to be a nightmare to do. I'm still having fun, though. So after you do that, you know what? This is in Japanese. I'm going to have to translate it really quick. Give me 1 second, guys. It shows two pictures of the same thing, but I want to see if it's what the writing is saying here for us to do. So give me 1 second. Let's put it on camera translate right there. Install as shown in the image. When installing, be careful to not let the lower body fall. Okay, so it's just a two-part thing. I think what they want you to do, instead of doing what I did where I had the arms lifted up in the air, I think they wanted you to spread the arms out. So instead of, from this point of view, instead of doing it up like I did, they wanted you to go outwards like this instead. But right. I think both ways were effective though. So I think it's fine. You choose.
Michael,
choose your own adventure.
Was Iris this bad? Somebody would like to know. Orange Beam 2007, wasn't it a nightmare for Iris?
You know, I never did it on stream, but because I wasn't streaming back then, but I know Iris's setup. I heard from other people that it was a bear to do. My flight form isn't on stands though. I have it separately displayed. So I can't say from personal experience if I had a hard time with it or not, because I never did it that way.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll give it a test one of these days, and then maybe I'll report back. Technically, I have another Iris that's still in a box. Maybe I should do a live unboxing of that, huh?
Maybe you should.
Yeah, and then that way I can.
Around the time, like, you know, they eventually do Gauss and all that fun stuff.
Oh my goodness, that's right. Okay, so that's it for this guy right here. This whole page in this manual is useless, other than just like, hey, just make sure you don't let your figure fall. That's basically it. The only instruction on this whole page is just to show you how to put this stand piece on and the large cradle piece, and then they're like at the very bottom, they're like, and turn it around to the side, and this is what it should look like. So, and that's what ours looks like. Ours looks just like how it shows right here at the very bottom. Let me just zoom back out really quick. So yeah, it looks just like this part right here. So, now we go on to page 4. Okay. So we already did that page. We're just on the back page now. Okay. So, so we are done with the base of the figure. We can put this aside. We don't need this anymore.
Cool.
Now we come back to the front of the body right here. Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to do this in the order that they are saying to do this in. So the very first step right here, I'm going to zoom in for you guys a little bit. The very first step it wants us to do is to remove the front part right here in the front. We had to put this on as the very first piece when we were first doing this process, but now we can just put that off to the side. We don't need that piece anymore. The second piece that it wants us to take off is the egg chamber. Easy, that pops off nice and easy. We don't need the egg chamber anymore because when it was in its flight form, it didn't have an egg chamber. So the next part is, so that was number 2. Number 3. Oh, okay. You ready for this, Rob? So no. we were asking, what is this piece for, right? This clear white piece that's right here in the main body. Like, what is this for? It is to hold the figure together for the most part when it's in its adult form, but when you are doing the flight form, you need to remove this piece.
What?
So this piece comes out. Yeah, you don't even need it anymore. It's gone. Throw it away. Don't throw it away. Throw it to the side. So you take that part out. That's our third step right there, right? Next step is to remove the arms that we put on. So these pincers right here and the legs, you're gonna take them both off.
Whoa.
Just like that, they pop off. Like a teenager yelling at his mom.
They said, oh, teenagers scared. They're living
Oh, I love that. Okay, so this is what the bottom of your figure is gonna look like now. Your Legion is mostly going to be mutilated. If you take off these parts, guys, and the ball joints pop off, unfortunately, you have to pop these ball joints back in. So just take your leg part, push it back in, and just try again. I don't think that's going to happen though, because these joints are fairly big and they're very snug on this. So I don't think that you'll have to worry about them popping out. But if that does happen to you, just bear that in mind. Okay, so now that we've got all those parts taken off, we did that. Now we can move on to step number 8. Step number 8 suggests that we take these parts right here and we just kind of fold them on up into Legion like so. So they don't they don't want, for some reason, they're saying for this step, they don't want these out. They want you to tuck them in like that. And I think that's maybe an accurate representation of what the character's supposed to look like at this point, maybe. I don't know, but...
It's been a while for me.
For now, they would just want you to tuck these guys in, like so. Oops. Accidentally popped off one of them.
Sun goes down on the blade, so dark in your clothes and start.
Okay. So yeah, you just want to get those guys. If this one's loose, but it's like in at the same time. Okay, whatever. So you'll tuck them all in so they look like this. And then on the front of the figure... see here, what does it want us to do? So there is this piece right here. So very interesting. So on the egg chamber part, there is this top piece that kind of clips into the top portion of Legion's neck right here, and it's also got the peg part on the inside of it right here. For the flying form, it's just that piece by itself with that part that plugs in. So you just take that and you plug it in right here in the front. It only goes in one way. You can't mess that up. Just watch your Legion legs so that they're not in the way. And it just goes in like so. After you do that, it looks like these parts are next. So, is it? Yes. And that is... where's the letter on this? Okay. These can only go on one direction, so I just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly because I had this arranged in a certain way. Yeah. And then just give me a second here. Let me get my bearings real quick. Okay, yeah. So there's a pattern on these right here, these pieces. If you get confused and you can't find the letters... I see letters on here, but I don't see right or L written on it specifically. But there is a pattern that matches the manual's pattern right here, so that'll help guide you into which part it plugs in. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this part right here. Even before you do that, if you want to make it easier, actually, you're going to take these parts, the pinchers. You got to take them off the leg, unfortunately. I thought we were going to get away with that, how having to do that, but this plugs in to this part right here. So this is a socket part, and it just plugs in like that. I would suggest doing this first before plugging it into the leg. That way you have the leverage to pop it in there. If I can get it in, arrange this here.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, it moved. Okay, you hear that loud pop sound? That means it's secure. Ooh. And then you're gonna take this one out. Don't be nervous, Rob. This is easy. This is easy. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
That noise was worrisome.
Okay. And then this part, same thing. I'm just gonna arrange that this way. Give me 1 second there. Oh, I was doing this the wrong way. I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Again, the pattern, this bottom part of the pattern kind of flares out. That's how this is going to go on to that. So the white part kind of flares out to the side. It plugs in right there on the side. Then you just push these together. And we're good. And then you just connect these pieces right here onto the big body part right here. I would suggest getting some good leverage while you're doing this part because these parts are big and they need a lot of leverage to push them together. And then this one right here. Just kind of be careful once when you get the first one connected. You don't want to break anything. Just pushed it together. That was probably the only scary part, honestly, throughout the whole process right here, was pushing these parts together. But they're on. So we have the top part almost completed, everybody. Almost completed.
You have a question, Michael.
Oh, go for it. What's the question there?
From El Rey. So do we have to build the entire thing, or does it come all together?
If you're talking about the adult form, you do have to build parts of it, but not as complicated as the transformation. The transformation is much more complex, pieces swapping out and everything. I encourage you to check out the very first stream that we did earlier. You guys can see, it took us, how long did it take us to assemble and put it all together? I think it was like...
3-4 hours?
No, just to put it together. I think it was about 70 minutes, so about an hour and 10 minutes of putting it together.
Yes.
Yeah, so it took us an hour and 10 minutes to put the main body together. And you could do it faster than I was. I'm doing it on a stream and I'm going very slow, but that's how long it took us to do that. I think, how long are we into this right now?
As of right now, we have been streaming a whopping 61 minutes.
So we're about an hour. It's taken about the same amount of time, honestly, because we're almost done with this, and there's very few parts left to go for the installation of this. I think it's going to be a little bit longer, though, maybe about another 15 minutes of installing stuff. It looks like it wants us to take the bottom part out. So yeah, to answer that question, you do have to assemble parts of it. This bottom part of the sculpt, it pops out. This is the part that would go onto the body normally. It pops out. It's just a peg system, no ball joint. It just pops right out. And you're going to swap that with this new one, this new piece right here. Let's see if you guys can see that. Yeah. Problem is that my feed right here is upside down. There we go. Now I can see it better. So I'm like moving the opposite direction. It's moving the opposite direction. So yeah, so that's this piece right here. This is the same. It actually, it's an articulated joint. So it moves. It's like an L joint is what it is, but it forms like a W when you have it all folded out.
It's like Angurus's torso piece.
Kind of like that. I would say that this is definitely more flexible though. So they are the same size on both sides. It does not. It does appear that there are differences though in the angle. So it wants you to. I see. So it wants it to go like that. Okay. So very important, when you do this part right here, you need to look at the manual, because the manual shows you that there are two sides of this that to keep in mind of. So there's a flat surface right here, and then on the other side there's a hinge part right here. When you're putting this on the figure, it's important that the flat side is facing the front of the figure when you put it on. So the hinge part will be on the right side of the figure, and the soft side will be on the left side of the figure. And unfortunately, this is a ball joint, so you are going to have to use a lot of force to get this in there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's really tough.
Oh, geez.
This is the only part that's not fun. Because it's so awkward to hold Legion at this point.
Yeah, you're holding an aerobics.
The way I've got Legion held is I've got my middle finger, my thumb around the abdomen right there. And then the rest of it is just kind of supporting the inside of the figure. But you're going to need some leverage to push this sucker in. Oh, good. Oh. Leverage. You got to do it like this. That's the only way. Don't do it out here. You got to get that leverage to pop it in there. So, all right, we got that piece in. That was probably the most difficult piece to put on, was just that part right there. Jeez. All right, now we get into some interesting movements of the figure. So this is regarding the back side of the figure now. This is the 9th step in the manual. And the way it looks like is that it opens up. Let's see here. I'm trying to do this how this is explaining to do it, but it looks like these kind of like, does it open right there? The point is that this horn is actually, believe it or not, on a hinge joint.
What?
Yeah, it's on a hinge joint is what they're showing in the manual. I'm just trying to figure out how they did this part though. because that's how you open that part right there. But it looks like, yeah. Okay, so these parts move a little bit. Aha! So this is quite an interesting experience. So these parts right here, not only do they open up on the side, you can split them apart. So they can split like a crab. They are on a joint that kind of lets them fall down. It's gonna be scary at first, but it's just, the directions are not really clear on how to do this part. I just kind of fumbled into it. To show you guys how this part is done, it's normally like this, right? What you want to do is you want to bring it forward. So it falls like this, and then it falls like that. The idea is that you're pushing it forward and down at the same time. So I was kind of pulling it back. It needs to go forward. So when you push it forward, it's on a slider. I don't know if you can see it that well, but it's right here. It's really hard to see. But there's a slider part, and it just drops. The joint drops right there, and it's on a rail, so it can slide like that. See how I do that?
Yes.
So that's what I was doing wrong on this side. I coincidentally got this one loose. Once when I figured out how to do the motion, that is how you do it.
Oh.
So yes, so it slides forward and down. Once when you've done that, that frees up this giant horn right here. So this horn is on a, it looks like it can actually go up and down. Let me see that. Maybe not. Maybe it just looks like it does. No, I do see some movement there. We're getting ahead of ourselves, so let me come back to that later.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so, okay, so we got this part to drop. That's the most important part, right? Let me put this piece back on there. I think this piece was also in the way, because I noticed that it popped out when I was moving it, but you can just pop it back in there and now it's not a problem. So we drop those down. We can finally flip to the next page.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're on the second to last page. All right, so after you pop these parts down, oh, so this part of the horn, oh, okay. So you make Legion look up all the way, it looks like. So let me just move these mandibles out of the way there. Because normally Legion is looking straight. Now you make it, so normally Legion is looking down for everybody's reference and what the manuals tell me to do. Normally Legion's looking down. For this part, it says it wants you to look straight. So this part doesn't actually move. It just, yeah, it doesn't move. So they just want you to have Legion look up for this part right here. So make Legion look up. And then the next part it wants you to do is to open up these parts. So this is really cool. This part right here, it slides open like that. Pretty cool. It's actually detailed on the inside. Let me get a light to maybe we can see what it looks like on the inside, because it's pretty dark. So that's what it looks like on the inside of that. Oh. Very detailed. They did additional sculpt and paint on the inside. And there's some plugs right there for the wings. So, okay. So they want you to open those parts up. So now you're going to open these parts up, so that's like this, right? And then after these parts are open up, oh, we need to reattach the bottom part too. So after, right, did I have that on there? Okay. So you need to plug this part. I unplugged this part to make it easier for myself. Make sure you plug this part back in for the next step. Oh. Yes.
Gosh dang ball joint.
Yeah, it's on a hinge too, so you had to just position that in a certain way. Okay, so this is what it looks like assembled so far, right? Now it says that what it wants you to do is to open up these wing parts, and then it wants you to face Legion forward like that. So it looks like this now. See how we got that, guys?
Golly.
Right? So, and then you'll open up these wing parts right here. Now for the next step, it wants us to finally attach it to this part right here. This hunk of mess, right? So let me zoom out for y'all because this is going to be bigger.
Dear God.
So yeah, we're almost at the finish line though. So now it wants us to attach this piece. It's interesting. They don't want us to ever put anything in the front. I didn't miss a step, did I? Let me just double check. No.
I'd be surprised if you did.
I think I might have. Hold on, because there's still some pieces here that I haven't put anywhere. So I have these 4 pieces right here, and I haven't added them to anywhere. So let me just make sure I didn't skip those parts.
I feel like those bigger pieces are for the wings.
I don't know. They don't look like they would fit on the wings, though.
Oh, okay. Curious.
So we did that. Hold on, we did that. Okay, so I did those pieces. Yes, check. We did those pieces. Check. Oh, I did miss some spots. My bad.
For shame.
My bad. Okay, so really quick. There were some spots underneath this that I forgot to attach. Because there was these little small sections right here. I'm like, where do those go onto? And they go on right there at the very bottom of the figure. And I totally missed them. So let me pop them on.
That's what I was saying too, Robozilla.
What's that?
Robozilla thinks 2 are to the wings.
I haven't gotten to the wing part just yet, so I will just double check that too.
We'll see. We're getting there. It's a gradual process.
Very gradual, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying. A little bit gradual. You gotta take it easy, one step at a time. If you don't, you're stuck with a picadillo. You don't know what you're gonna do with it.
Or a poker doker.
Or a poker doker. That gives me the giggles. I like that.
One of my favorite things to do when Rob is on the stream is try to figure out which thing can break him. Which part breaks him first.
Squiddora is what truly broke me.
Yeah. Squiddora killed my inner child.
Oh, it absolutely... it made my inner child laugh like a crazed individual.
Sure did, Skip.
Sure did. You're absolutely right.
Okay. I just had to get that piece on there. I got that on correctly, right? I might have this on backwards, actually. Maybe that's why it's doing that. Yep, that's why it was doing that.
Yes.
Alright, my bad, guys. I was wondering, because I saw those pieces on the ground. I was like, I think I'm forgetting something, and I did. I totally was forgetting those pieces right there. Okay, so I got those parts on there. Oop. Let's get this back on there.
Gotta get the torture device back out.
Yeah, to make it easier, I'm just going to take this part off again, and then we'll put this part back on it. This goes over on it. Like I said, you put your thumb right there, hold it still like that. Tell it to not move a muscle.
Hello, Titan. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome, bud.
Welcome.
Or friendo, whatever you prefer.
Yeah. Welcome back to the stage of history. Nobody's going to get that reference, but that's okay.
Okay.
I might get it.
I got it.
Good.
But I'm busy. Okay. So now we're going to plug this guy in. I don't know why it told me to lift those parts on first for the assembly of this part right here, but yeah, hold on a second. Oop. We did that part already. We did this part. And now we're on this part right here. Okay. So now we plug into the body right here onto the base of this thing. This part doesn't seem, well, I guess it is sturdy, so you can push down on top of it right there. Okay.
Wow.
Not in.
But there, almost.
Yeah. Trying to figure out the best way to do this with getting it in there. And then that's plugged in right there at the front. I would say maybe grabbing it by the top of the horn to push it. Yep. Grabbing it by the top of the horn is what you're going to want to do. Except I was missing that part right there. Okay. Let me see if I get this just like that. And
this figure is like $750 Canadian, says Titan. Yeah, it's a pricey gal. It is.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I'm not getting it into the socket that well. Mainly because the joint is moving.
Ooh. Maybe if you take the
Okay,
bottom...
now I got it. I just had to, you just have to kind of guide it into that. The problem is it's also articulated, so...
Michael, you've received a super chat of $10 from that of Robozilla.
Hey, thanks, man. I'll highlight you in just a second. Let me just get this on there.
Gotta go, but here's a tip for inventing Poker Doker. I love it.
This is quite a contraption. I'm not gonna lie.
You're goddamn right it is. My God. No wonder this thing's $500.
Yeah. If anything, what I'm learning from this is that I'm definitely going to get a second one just for the fly form, because I'm never going to do this ever again. In fact, I might very well just leave this in its flight form. Oh no, I have a casualty, my glove.
Oof. Too sharp for the rubber glove.
Yeah, I have a casualty. Look at that. It's already... Oh, poor thing. Alright, I'm going to highlight you right there, buddy. Give me 1 second. Boom. Thank you. Gotta go, but here's a tip for moving... for inventing Poker Doker. Hey, you're very welcome, man. Poker Doker. Yeah, feel free to use that, everybody. You can use Poker Doker. Whatever you want.
Trademark free.
Yeah, anybody can use it. Okay. So this is what the figure looks like, all assembled on its everything.
Jesus.
Yeah. So this is quite a unique undertaking right here. And we don't even have the wings on just yet, but this is a pretty large to do, you know? Okay. So we did that. We got these leg parts on there, okay? The next step is the wings, and you're right, he was right, it was the wing. This part attaches to the wings.
Because they have like big wings on top, small wings on bottom, I feel.
Yeah, they do. Thank you, Robo Lizard, so much for that. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, thank you, Robo Lizard. You're a real one.
Alright.
Meme Master James says, damn, it took a long time to transform. I guess that's why bro is $400. Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts, a lot of extra parts, a lot of tooling, a lot of design. Yeah, that's why it's $500. Because they went hard on the MF and paint.
Yeah.
You're gosh darn right. That's not a figure, that's a whole ass statue. Close to it, at least in flying form, for sure.
I mean, we don't even know. I mean, it should be able to move some parts on it, too. I don't think it's going to be just a solid piece that just sits there, but...
I don't know if you're going to want to touch it again after you get everything.
Oh, I'm going to touch it, all right. I'm going to make it move, even if it falls apart. Yeah. I was seeing if there was any markings on this, but it looks like they're both universal.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it looks like that. I was just kind of comparing it to... Yeah, it looks identical no matter which way you flip it, so... So then the way it works is that this... Okay.
Good God, Legion looks like she's on life support.
Does she? She's actually not even connected to any of the stand parts except for that front part right there. These parts we haven't even used just yet. Okay.
When or if I ever get this figure, I'm going to have a special case for it, says Titan. Understandably so.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I fully get it. Oh man, those wings are gonna look so awesome once they're attached. Oh.
Yeah, so these wings, I'm gonna bring this into the view right here, but let me move the figure out of the way so I can just kind of show how I assembled this part right here. So the wings attached to this is the piece that I was just like, what are these for? Because I was looking on the inside of it, and there's only one ball joint, but there's two wing parts right here. So there's this plastic piece. It comes like this. You can't mess this part up, because even if there aren't any letters that are visible on it, they will only go on one direction. So this will be the right side, and this will be the left side. They plug in ball joints, translucent ball joints. They plug in right here. They're very big and thick, so you do not have to worry about it. When they go onto the figure, though, it will be like this. So this is actually the left side, so I did have them mixed up. So this is going to go on the left side here, and then this one, I'll show you guys how to assemble that one right here.
Thank you, Titan. Much appreciated. I didn't want to get your name wrong, so thank you.
Ah, yes, thanks you for the clarification, sir.
Yes, we need that. I'm bad with names. Don't take me to Russia.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, the wings are beautiful.
Okay, so they go on like this. Okay, so the simple way to know when you're putting this part on, there's this part that just kind of sticks up right there. They go on so that the wings are flared out. Sorry, not flared out. The line of the wing right here lines up with the part of the peg when you're plugging that in. So you just do that, and you just hear that loud pop sound. That means it's on. And then the same thing with this one right here.
Dear God.
These are massive. These are bigger than Iris's too.
And that's saying something.
And then just make sure I did this right.
Yeah, those wings are beautiful, but oh dear, are they going to take up shelf space?
There you go. Okay, yeah. So flat end lines up with the bottom part right there, with the bottom part right there. They should look like this when you're holding them up separately. They should look like that. And my thumb is going. It's gone. Okay, let's bring back Legion back into frame.
All 35 pounds of it.
Oh yes. And we're almost done, guys. We're so close to assembling it. This part right here. Oh yes. So these wings are so unique too. They just, like, I'm looking at them like, this doesn't look right, but according to the manual, this is exactly how it's supposed to look. I would suggest lowering these stand parts as you do this, because you don't want them to get in the way, and they plug in. Let me move this one out of the way. So inside, I showed this earlier, but inside of here, there is a ball joint socket. That's where we're going to be plugging this into. Or sorry, not a ball joint, it's a peg joint. Peg joint. It just pops in there. So let me figure out the best way to do this here. I'm going to have to flip this on its side a little bit because I can't see what I'm doing. So very gently. And then there's not a lot of room to really move your thumb in here to get this to plug in.
It's almost like you should have put them on before you attached the upper body, because but then even reattaching the upper body, oh my God, nightmare. Now your nightmare comes.
Yeah, this is. There's just not a lot of space to work with on this right here in this spot, so.
This thing should have came with an assistant. Jesus.
Yeah. Just for this, I'm moving those out of the way even more so that I can try to figure out how to get this thing on here. Get on already!
Like a mad scientist working on its latest creation.
Right.
Yes, you will have wings. You will be beautiful.
This is very difficult to get these on. Mainly because there's just not a lot to work with. You know what? I'm going to just try it without these on to get it in there.
Yeah, that might be easier.
I'm going to try it. Because I just need to be able to push it in from the top, you know? Yeah. That was a lot easier to do it that way. So much easier.
Hell yes. Mr. Frankenstein-ass laugh. You're damn right. We're going to hook this thing up to the semiconductor and we're going to electrocute it.
Okay, 100% guys, do it. Don't do it like the manual says to install it first. The wings first onto the thing. To that little joint piece. It is far easier to do it after you put the black piece in there and then just pop these wings on. So much easier. So much easier. Yeah, so much easier.
Oh.
And then...
I can see the vision.
Okay.
Honestly factual.
Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to take these off. We're going to try this again. I just want to get the wings on. That's it.
You ever build an S.H.MA figure with your life on the line? Michael is feeling that right now.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'd be sweating bullets right now if that was so true. Alright, I can't do this on, like, sitting up straight. I have to flip this on its side when I do this. It's just how it's going to have to happen. Which I have no idea how this is going to work when I do the other part.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit more of live and learn. You may never find your way.
Yo, I would be so happy if they just hurried and just remade that in HD.
What? Sonic Adventure 2?
Yes.
Well, that was the original idea for a long time, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes, but it sounds like Series Head is just kind of wanting to put all of his focus into something else rather than remaking two pre-existing games.
Okay.
Which I get, but I still want an Adventure 1 and 2 remake.
Right.
So badly. But leave the soundtrack as it is. Remix it, but, you know, don't change it.
Yeah.
I need Pumpkin Hill in 4K HD remaster remake. So badly. This is Knuckles, and I'm back. Ugh. I shall find all the pieces of the Master Emerald. You dig?
Why is he talking like John Travolta?
I don't know. That's my poor impersonation of Hunted P. Okay. Sandy! Oh, I'm Knuckles, the echidna. Oh.
Oh, gosh. You killed him. All right, we got the wings on for one side. Now we just got to do this other side.
Should I get the 70th anniversary Burning Godzilla from S.H.MA?
Oops.
I watched Shin Rob Jira's video on it, and now I'm really considering. Says
well, my question is did you watch my video on it? Oh, yeah.
I'm going.
Go for it, Rob. Give him the rec. Give him the. Right. Give it to him.
I'm going to be 100% serious. The figure is gorgeous. I personally love it. As a former S.H.MonsterArts stickler for a tickler, this thing absolutely hit every angle that it needed to. So I would personally say yes, absolutely. It's a lovely, lovely release.
Yeah, definitely. This piece is not wanting to fit in properly.
DTHY333 asks, do you regret buying this figure?
No. Why would I?
I think it's just because of the strife, the cloud strife going through right now.
Right. I get that, yeah. No, I mean, it's like I said, I'm planning on picking up a second one just to have it in the flight form so I don't have to do this ever again.
Ever!
But yeah, this piece is not wanting to cooperate in sliding in. Trying to get it There we go. Finally.
We got one.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
Lego, my ego. Let's go.
Okay. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. I just gotta put these last 2 wing pieces there. And it's connected, and then we've got it on. We got it all going on.
By this point, my hands would be numb from putting this figure together, says Titan.
Yeah, you know what? It's a learning curve, because this is the first time I'm doing this, so... You know,
this is the first time S.H.MonsterArts has really attempted something like this, right?
Yeah, yes,
like
for
to
sure.
this heavily of an extent. I got lazy tongue there. Yeah, like this is something else, man. I'm glad I didn't buy it. This thing would just stress me out. After Haya 2019, I'm gonna have
to let my headset fall on the ground for a second while I try to get this in there. Problem is it's so dark. There we go. It's in.
We got it. We got it. There it is.
Oh, but I put it on upside down. Damn it. Hold on. Okay.
Hold on, fam. We got this. We got this. Is that good shit? First and maybe the last. I would have to agree, St. Pepsi. I can't see them doing this regularly. I sense a disturbance in the force. Absolutely, I do too. It's called indigestion.
Okay. Whew!
There we go.
My headset fell off, but I got it on. Okay. Wow. That was a little challenging to do, but so there's 3 parts of this that were really hard to put on. The ball joint that goes underneath it, that connects the lower part to the upper part, that was tough to get on. The wings were definitely hard to get on too. The wings themselves getting into the little clip part were not hard. It's the part that goes inside. It's a bit like too perfect fitting to get in there, if that makes sense. So let me just get these all supported up though, and then we can finally get into our paint discussion of everything, right? So this goes up like that.
This thing is literally on life support. I don't hate it though. Uh-oh. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you, man.
Oh God. Thank you. Oh, I'm a 3 sneezer. A threezer. Oh.
Oh no, it came out.
S.H.M.A. seems to be doing better. It is, but I wouldn't dare to even put that thing together. Respect and understood. I get it. 100%. This is stressful to watch. I'm not even doing Bro, I wouldn't even know where I'd put this. I'd put this next to my coffee maker. Be like, Rob, what is that? I'd be like, oh, it's Giant Bug from Gamera 2. 1996.
Is bug. Is bug.
Very big bug. She commanded her children to attack a beer factory first, so all of her children got drunk and killed people. It was hilarious. Yeah. I still love it.
Just this other one fell out as I was putting it onto the stand.
Son of a gun. Gosh darn sugar in the engine.
Yeah, it's just a little... The problem is it's just so hard to see when you do it from this point of view, you know? To getting it in there.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
leave my sneeze alone, man.
Is somebody making fun of your sneeze?
Quote unquote manly sneeze. Life support, like after Godzilla being dropped in KOTM?
Maybe.
Legion doesn't have Mothra. Legion does not have Mothra to give her superpowers to make her super hot. Depending on who you ask, I guess.
This is true.
Also super hot. Great game. Play it.
Oh, I'm trying to get it so that the stands go with it, but it is interesting in how the stands have to be positioned for this to work.
It's like
so I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way for the stands to go. Because they go on like that. Maybe it's because I don't have these angled correctly. Maybe that's why. I think these are supposed to be angled downward.
Could be.
I think that's why I'm having issues, is because they're not supposed to be angled how I have them angled.
3 reasons why I wouldn't buy this figure. 1, expensive. 2, expensive. I got a feeling 3, yep, expensive.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Brava.
1 reason I would not buy this figure. 1, I'm poor. I feel you.
I mean, we're being honest.
And you know what? Honesty goes a long way instead of, being a dick about it.
Maybe I have these on upside down. Maybe that's why it's not working.
Upside? What? The pieces or the wings?
Well, I'm looking at a black and white photo, so it's kind of hard to tell what I'm doing wrong exactly. But from my point of view, they are done correctly. Okay, I think I might have figured out what I was doing wrong here.
Let's test that theory. Let's myth bust it.
Yeah, so this one's got to go on the left side, and then this one goes on the right side. So, okay, so then that one goes there, and this one goes here.
Most expensive thing I bought was a $300 Ortho Shin Godzilla. And yes, it was SHMA. $300? What?
Why? Why would and
you
where?
do that?
Where did you get it for that much?
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to know.
In all honesty, I thought Shinrab Jiro was putting the figure together.
Yeah.
No, that is Michael. I am the disembodied voice.
Yeah. Rob is our lovely commentator to fill in the holes while I'm trying to figure out how this goes together.
I'm the dead space filler, which means I do it better than EA does.
What? Okay, I figured out what I was doing wrong with this. I finally figured it out. So, okay. The problem was the issue that I was having was that I was trying to connect the bottom wing. I'll show you guys in a second. Just let me get it arranged really quick.
I'm Canadian and the tariffs. Sad face. I feel you, brother. I feel you. From Big Bad Toy Store? I feel you, man. It's not easy for anybody right now. Hopefully there's easier times ahead. We can only hope.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. But, you know what they say. Sometimes you gotta do stuff you really don't want to you know what? Never mind. I don't know where that was going. Godzilla 2000 hype this month. Let's go!
Yeah, September 27th.
Let's go. Can't wait.
It's coming.
Figure of the year contender, I feel.
It's quite possible, yeah.
Quite
and
possible.
I've got 6 of those on the way.
Gee, oh, I can't wait.
But we are only going to do variance comparison with 4.
That's okay. My main thing is I lost it. Uh-oh. I have no idea what I was going to say.
Yeah. Part of the issue I need is I got to tighten up these screws because the figure's so heavy that it keeps making it fall.
Gotcha.
So give me a second.
Lane Vix is back. I'm gone for an hour and you're still setting up the flying form? Absolutely. We've gone through at least 8 character arcs putting this thing together.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is.
Yeah, we've had It's more of just a learning process, and everybody's going to experience this when they're doing this whole process of putting this on there. And honestly, you don't need the stands to do this. I'm just doing the stands just for everybody else's sake, just to see what this is going to look like with the stands.
Gonna look like hell. Oh, Connell says, let the hype train for Godzilla 2000 begin. I agree. I am so excited for that.
So I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on. Okay, so this is how the wings are supposed to be on the stand right here. The reason why I was failing the first time around, because I was looking at this picture, and it's hard to see when everything's black and white like that. You don't see colors and stuff. So the way it works, or the way I was doing it, was I was trying to get this bottom wing so that both of these parts here were on these bottom pieces, and it wasn't working. It's not supposed to be that way. It's so that the back wing's bottom part goes here, and then the front wing's bottom part goes on this, and then the top part vice versa. It's the same thing. That's why I was failing. So this is how it's supposed to go on its display right here, just like that.
You gotta X-wing it a little bit.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like that. So I can see why you would want this as a long-term piece, but honestly, you don't need these stands. If you don't want to display it without the stands, you don't need to. You don't have to. And honestly, it's kind of a bitch to do.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is going to be arguing with you there. Because,
if you do try to argue with me, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I've been building Legion. I'm ready for anything.
I'm ready for absolutely any angle you could come at me with. Try me.
So now I'm going to do this backside. Let me see about getting this one correctly. I did have to tighten the screws on the base part and this part of the arm right here on the other arm, because they were just the wings were putting too much pressure on it, and it was just making it come down. See how it just kind of fell, that stand part right there? So I'm going to probably have to tighten this one up too.
It's a lot of weight.
Honestly, there's no weight on it. It's just that the screws just need to be tightened. That's all.
Oh,
what was that?
Gotcha. I done dropped one of my figure Magoos on my keyboard.
You dropped a Magoo too?
I always drop a Magoo.
You dropped a Magoo?
The real question is, when are they going to drop Mr. Magoo on Blu-ray 4K 20 HDP 480p DPP? That's the real question.
We don't talk about that anymore.
What, Mr. Magoo or 1048 AP?
1040p. We don't talk about that no more.
We don't? Is there a new P?
No, the industry says no more talks about that. Okay, thanks.
Why?
It's just 4K now. That's it. No more 1080.
Okay, so just 4K. Yeah, so give us Mr. Magoo on 4K.
Okay. It's done. It is done. Oh my god. Okay. What do we come in at? What's our time?
We are currently at a staggering 112 minutes.
Oh. Well, that's how long. So the flight form definitely took a lot longer to install, and it really is only because you're just doing it for the first time and you're just trying to figure this out.
DTHY333. Holy shit, I just realized this isn't Shinrob Jira's channel.
What?
I guess because they saw my community post and they thought that it was me doing it.
Oh. Sorry, no, it's not supposed to be a joke or anything, guys. We weren't pranking you or nothing. It was just that Rob has been like my ride and die when I do these live these live streams. So thank you, Rob, for being here for all that stuff.
Of course, whenever I don't fall asleep.
Yeah. So here it is, guys. Let me just move some pieces out of the way in the front. This is such a ridiculously complicated figure, and it just, the more you mess with it, the more you're just like, okay, the price, I get it. Maybe not. I still don't think the $560 price is really worth I don't think it should have been priced that, but I understand why it's priced that because of economic stuff that's going on, the tariffs, the duties, the depreciation of yen. I get that, right? But I think if you were to buy this in Japan, directly US dollars to, just doing the conversion from yen to USD, it's, I think, about $402 or something like that. And I think that would be appropriately priced for this. About $400, I could have, that would have been an easy sell. Originally, I was predicting $350. Now that I've messed with this and built it, I'm okay with saying that it's a $400 figure for sure.
Yeah, all the hardships, the movable parts, everything. I can get it.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go on the other side of the camera now, so I'm not in frame anymore, and we are going to just zoom in on this and look at the paint, the sculpt, the detail of this guy, and I'm also going to plug in my other light here that went out so that we can see some stuff clearly. Yep, I did leave it on, Rob. That's what happened the other day.
Oh.
That is what happened. I left it on.
Oh, that was a very long and arduous
It was a long stream.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it died during that stream, and I just thought it was, I thought I turned it off, but I did not turn it off. Okay.
Honestly understandable.
All right. Let me just move some of my lights, and let me go grab a water really quick, and we are going to turn the sucker around. So first of all, this flight form is like this is not a small piece. Like it's, I have to move the camera back even further still. So, I mean, it's a large figure. For comparison, just a really quick, we'll do more comparisons later, but this is Godzilla 1954.
Jesus Christmas.
Yeah, Godzilla 1954 standing up to Flightform Legion. Yeah. It's not just a small flying form. This is a large, very, very large flight form. All right, let me get some water here.
Dear golly gosh. Yeah, we're not doing full-on size comps yet, fam. It was
Not
just
yet.
like
That was
right
just a
off
teaser.
the cuff. Yeah.
That was a teaser. But think about your stuff that you want to see compared. We'll do it. Right now, we're gonna do the paint and detail. We're gonna spin it around a couple times, zoom in on some parts. We're gonna try and move some parts on it, and then we will do size comparison. Okay. With that being said, let's get to it. So let's do a 360 of this guy really quick. So this is the front, the side of it. Then you got the front view. And this thing is ginormous.
Good
Wow.
Lord.
Yeah. So that's our 360 of that there. Let's take a closer look. Let's take a closer look at this guy.
Let's take a closer look.
Let's take a closer look. We're gonna zoom in on things here. So let's start with the horn right there. We've seen the horn from before. Got a little dust on there. I can't get it off. Anyways, so yeah, we got So there's our horn. Looks good. I thought it moved. It wiggles and wobbles a little bit, but it's not. It's intended to be more of a ground piece. It's not. It doesn't actually move. We've got the face right there with the mandibles. Let me just fix this guy right here. Yeah, so you got your mandibles right there. The it's supposed to be more like that. But yeah. And then we've got the interior portion right there. You guys can see it a little bit better here now. All that sculpted detail on the inside. And the wings plug in right there. We'll keep going down. It's so unique in the way it's designed. Like it's so funny because these parts right here are the backs of the legs in the main body of the figure, but in the flight form, this is more of just the legs themselves. Just rotate this a smidge here. So you guys can see the front of it right there. That's the big, what do you want to call it? The big cradle that's holding it in place right there. I mean, these parts I think are necessary. If you're going to display it on its stand, the big pieces that hold it up together, those are what's necessary. But these parts that are on the outside like this, like, I don't think you really need these. These are just there to just kind of hold and support it over time. And you are going to have to screw right here. You need to tighten this part, and you need to tighten this part. If you don't tighten these parts, it's just going to fall. It's going to droop to the ground. So you get a screwdriver, small screwdriver, tighten those parts up right there. Let's take a good look at the wings in the inside area right there. So let me get another light on the inside. God. So there you go. That's more of the inside. It's fully... Yeah, there you go, guys. Look at that. Very detailed. You see that little hole right there? That's where this thing had to plug in. That little white piece right there. The wings are on ball joints, though, so they will be able to move. They are translucent as well, so you can shine light through them.
Very nice.
So if you got some nice backlight setups, or if you put your light underneath them, they'll light up very well. So I put that little light underneath it, and they're illuminating quite well, actually.
Quite beautifully, yes.
Yeah. So that's, yeah. I mean, it does light up. So really cool. The detail on this is a pearlescent sheen, and I think you can see it a little bit better on this as it's not a white color, but there is a pearlescent sheen throughout the wings as well. And as you know, Rob, pearlescence is not cheap.
No.
We found out from our friend over at Super 7, Brian Flynn. He was talking about how pearlescence is done and how it is not a cheap process, but it is here.
Not the strongest process either, as we've so found out.
Yeah, and you guys can see this too. Like the support stand is right here, but these aren't even like resting on it, really, honestly. Like I would have to push that up even more if I wanted it to do that, but yeah. Yeah, Jesus. For the most part, there you go. Now it's resting on it, so. They're a flexible kind of plastic translucent material. They're still stiff. They're just, yeah, they're okay. And that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like right there on those towards the end. Let's look at the back side right there. So that's what it looks like resting in the cradle. And then the back piece, this piece right here goes over this piece. It's kind of like how they did Rathalos.
Oh, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, from Monster Hunter. Yeah, the back piece for it rests over on top of this part right here. So
Roger.
It's just so well detailed.
It is.
Like I think if there's a Grail figure to own in the line, it's probably going to be this figure. More than Biollante, more than a Kiryu figure. It's this figure because it's so. There's just so much going on with it. But at the same time, if you're not a fan of Legion or Gamera characters, like there's really not an incentive to really pick this figure up,
Huh?
Other than them being a fan of the characters, I mean, why would anybody really get it other than that, it's Monster Arts' biggest figure.
It's definitely their most unique figure. That is for certain.
So that's what it looks like on the base right there.
Whoa. It's like a giant bug doing Karma Sutra. Or yoga.
Yeah. We've seen the paint and detail from before, but it's just arranged differently. And I think this allows us to see some other paint details that we weren't able to see from before as well. So that's considered there. The pincers are still here too, by the way. So you still got the pincers from the front body, and then you got these leg parts right here as well. So, but that's the paint and detail on it. The wings are superb looking though. They look great.
It's like a bug having cardiac arrest.
So, but yeah, let's go into some articulation now. Let's see what we can do with this, because there's no real instruction on what you can and cannot move. So let's just kind of explore this together. And let's see what else we can do with this. So,
alrighty, Roo.
So let's start at the top of the head first. I'm gonna have to raise my camera, I think, for this. Just a little bit more.
Articulation.
Okay. So first thing is with the head and the neck area. I've learned that you don't want to grab it from this end when you're moving the head. Grab it from the top horn. Because if you grab these parts, they tend to just split, because they're meant to split open. And then you got to watch out for these smaller mandibles that are underneath the mouth when you open that up. So just move it from this part right here when you're moving the head. So there's your movement. It can look up. You can look down still. You can still look left to right. I would say there's actually more movement in the neck without the egg chamber on there. And I think I mentioned that in the first stream that we did, this part right here. If you took this part off, you could get more movement in the neck area. And that is very apparent right here. You can move this thing up and down. Can go all over the place like that. Twisting it, no problem. You can twist that right there. The mandibles, this mandibles still move like they did from before. There's no change. You can move them up and down right there. There's several parts. You can get creative with that though. The face still opens up right there, although I don't think this would be accurate to the character in this form. I don't think it would actually do that. So maybe it could. I heard that in the movie this form didn't appear off for a lot of the time in the movie. So maybe it could do that and just never saw it. But yeah, that's that for that right there. As far as these parts go, these top parts, they're not meant to move anymore after you've opened them up. They're just kind of there. Like you can wobble this back and forth, but the whole point of this was just so that you can drop it down from the back to open it up further. It's not really meant to move anymore when it's in this flight form right here. As far as the front ends of these, you can move these still, but they're going to be inhibited by just, depending on how you,
Oh no!
Oh no! No! I bumped it. So, but yeah, I mean, these parts can still come out, but I think that for this form, I'm not sure that this part was even on it, but maybe it was. I don't know. I would just keep these folded because then you'll do what I did and accidentally bump the wing right there and then it'll pop out. Let me get that back on there.
Murderer.
He's a diddly-erdler. Hold on, I gotta put my headset down really quick while I do this part.
Diddly-erdler. Oh. That was painful. Oh. Rob, you should, buy this figure. No. I'd love to, but no. If it ever goes on sale for $200, then maybe. But that ain't never gonna happen. I'm saving my money for whatever Bandai's doing with Shin next year, so yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I knocked it out by accident, and it's back in now. So, anyways, these parts don't move. The pincers are now super inhibited. Like, they can... Let's see if we can get a side view really quick. So, they can... Darn it. I'm going to move that out of the way. As far as these parts go, they don't really move that well anymore. They're just kind of there. You can still move the pincer itself up and down, but that's kind of it. There's not much else that you can do about that. Oh, I had that one backwards. I think that's why that was like that. Let me just pop that back in there.
Give it a good old pop-a-doozer.
There we go. I guess I didn't have it in all the way if it popped out that easily.
I would never steal a figure from Michael.
Yeah? The Articulation series, I don't know name. What's Tass? Yeah, the Articulation series. That's me. Yeah. You can steal from Tass. Yeah, don't steal from me.
No. I'll buy, but I won't steal.
No. But yeah, that's it for the pincers right here. They don't really move too much on the back side of things because of these legs in the way, but you can still move these up and down if you wanted to. The leg articulation, though, let me move this further back here. The leg articulation, you can still get this to move outward. So let me face this way. So as far as the legs go, you can still make these go outward like this.
Jesus.
You know, you can get it like an attack pose. I'm assuming that would be like an attack pose, right? But other than that, not so much up and down, but really wide on the outside. Like you can get these to go quite far out, actually. So that's pretty cool. Just to show you guys some of the range right there. But as far as moving upwards, downwards, you know, once when it's out like that, you can get it to kind of rotate a little bit like this. That's not so bad, actually. It's when it's close to the body, that's when it's going to be limited, because part of the cradle right here, you know, these parts right here is going to inhibit that movement. So when it's close together, not so much. But when you go and spit them out like that, you can definitely get a little bit of a rotation going right there. Same thing with these bottom ones, same thing. As far as going up or down for the bottom ones, a little bit. Not so bad. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So, and then as far as the main body goes, it can move. It can articulate. The thing is that when it's on the stand, it's kind of hard to show that off. But it is on a ball joint that's kind of on a hinge joint, and it can flex. So I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to save that to the last part right here. As far as the wings go, I'm going to move these stand parts out of the way so that we have a better idea of how these wings move while they're inside. So as far as that goes, they can move. I'm trying to be very gentle without knocking this out because it's a peg system. I kind of wish it was a ball joint, but I get why they did a peg, because if it was a ball joint, it would be very hard to get it out. But once when it's in, it would be in, right? But because it's a peg system, it just pops right back out. But as far as the wings go when they're plugged in, it's not too much movement with the back wing because you've got part of the sculpt in the way right here. But as far as the top one goes, you can move this one, you can rotate it. It looks like very little rotation, honestly. But when they're not attached like this, just to show you guys the range, like these can move inward, outward. You know, you can even twist them around. It's just limited by the part of the carapace that's right there, unfortunately. But it does have that capability of doing it if it didn't have that in the way. Did you have a question, Rob?
No, that's just... I understand why they wouldn't go with a ball joint at the base, just because eventually that would just droop.
I don't think it would droop. I think it would just be harder to take off.
That too.
Because getting it on, like right now, it just kind of slides into that hole. But then after that, it can slide right back out. It slides in as easy as it slides out, you know? So that's my only qualm with that. But again, it's meant for display more than it is play for this part of the character.
Puts the
play in. But like, look at this. Like, you don't need these stands. I'm taking the stands off right now and not using them at this point, because I don't think we really need them. But you don't, like for short-term display, or if you just want to do some photography with it, like you don't have to have these stands to do the job. So I've removed both of the stands, and it's fine. There's no sagging or anything like that.
Huh.
And it looks cleaner too.
It does. Looks like it takes up less space.
Yeah. So are the stands required? No, they're not required. And you know, you can move these around. It's just it's limited because of the carapace part right here. If you move it too far, they just pop right back out because of that carapace part. That's the only qualm I got with this right here. So mostly display, not so much on the play, unfortunately. So, and then that's basically it when it comes to articulation for this figure. That is not a lot when it's in its flight form. There's more movement and range when it's not in flight form mode. But that's kind of it for that right there.
Jesus.
So that's the Legion flying form, guys. How about that? We spent less time going over paint and detail on those things than we did actually building the figure.
Well, like you said, it is just kind of just positioned differently, and realistically, we're only really looking at the inside of the carapace and the wings.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, we can move on to some size comparisons. So I'm going to just bring him back out since he was already here. We're going to bring out the 1954 Godzilla. This is the first version, the first issue that was released. So this one's got the decal eyes. So here he is, standing next to the flight form.
Good God.
Let's see, who else can we get out?
Guys, if you have size comparison suggestions, please let them roll.
You know what? I just got this guy in after waiting well over a year to get it in. We'll put the Hayashimo into the shot. How's that sound?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. You did just get that in.
Yeah. So there's the Hayashimo.
Hey.
Wow. It really puts that into perspective, right?
Really, you might as well get S.H.MonsterArts out if you can.
Yeah. My goodness.
Good God. Our first suggestion is Ortho Shin Godzilla.
I feel like Ortho Shin's been getting a lot of love lately. Is it because it's going in theaters recently, or we just loving some Shin?
I don't know. It actually just left theaters earlier this week, which is depressing. I only got to see it once.
You did get to see Ortho, though, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this, Rob. Since you saw Ortho, do you have a bit more affinity for the Ortho Shin MonsterArts figure now?
Absolutely, and it's more so beyond the fact that it's a matte paint job. It's just like, oh wow, I got to see this guy in theaters. It's kind of extra special now.
Yeah. So that was the Shimo there, and here is Ortho Shin.
Good Lord. And Shin's a big figure, too. He ain't small. Give me a hug.
And, you know, granted, there's a bit of a pedestal there, but, I mean, the size for Legion's head and all that other stuff, it's still the same, even if it's on a stand right now. Let's see, what else can we put out here? I've got classic Burning Godzilla. Let's put that in there since we have some Burning Godzilla love going on.
Let's do it.
Let me grab that. This is not the newest Burning Godzilla. This is the very first Burning Godzilla.
The 2012.
Yeah, the 2012. Yes, it's the 2012 release. This is the one with the white dorsals. So let me just bring that into the shot here. Let me just get Ortho out. So here is Burning Godzilla.
Jeez.
That's our first Burning Godzilla 2012 version. Let me go put Ortho away.
We got Can You Make Shimo Stand and King Ghidorah 2019.
Who said that? Who said 2019?
Connell 72110.
I think I just, you know what? From now on, I'm just gonna have King Ghidorah out.
Yeah.
I keep putting it back, and everybody keeps wanting it to come back. I have to dig for King Ghidorah, but I will get it out. I will get it out, but you'll have to wait because it's all the way in the back of the display. But until then, I am going to zoom in on Burning Godzilla and Legion really quick. So yeah, small guy, small fry.
Oh yeah,
nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
Yeah.
He tried. He died, but it's okay.
Yeah. Let's get out. This is the MonsterArts Shimo.
Sweet Jesus, Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Washington. okay.
You know what? Since I have the Haya one out still, I will bring out the Haya and put the Haya one back in the shot.
Wow. That
so
is
Legion, yeah. So let's just do a close-up between regular Shimo here. The regular guys. So yeah, there's Shimo with Legion.
We're
Flight
getting
form.
a lot of suggestions for you making Shimo stand on her hind legs.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it before. Does nobody believe? Chat, do you guys not believe that this can stand on its hind legs? Because it can.
I think it's just to showcase how big Legion is in comparison.
The tallness of it. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, ma help. SHMA Shimo is bigger than Haya's Shimo. Yes, indeedy do.
Yes.
Indeedly do. Bigger gal.
Give me a second here so I can get her to stand up correctly. It's a shame that the Pearl Essence doesn't show on this figure as well. So this is standing.
Good lord. Sheesh.
All right, who else should we bring out? I know King Ghidorah is going to happen. 2019 is going to happen eventually. Just what else can we do?
Hey, what else can we do, fam? Let us know.
Yeah, what else do we want to see?
Let us know in those comments.
Let us know what you want us to pose.
Biolante.
Ah, that's good, because that's the first one to get out of the way for when we're wanting to try and access the other King Ghidorah. Yeah. Just give me a second. Gotta put Scar King back on top of Legion. I have my or not Legion, my Shimo. I have Scar King riding Shimo in the display. All right, so let's get out Biolante.
Now we're seeing a lot of Haya King Ghidorah 1991.
I don't have that. Sorry, guys. If you want to see the regular 1991 Monster Arts, I can bring that one out too.
There is a simplification there.
Let me just reorganize some things here in the display cabinet so I can get out Biolante. Biolante's readily accessible for the most part.
Make Scar King ride Legion.
Yes. No, even better. I'm putting Suko on that.
Hell yeah. Little
right,
monkey, big bug.
All right, here you go. Here is Biolante compared with Flight Form.
That's fucking nuts. Pardon my French.
Look at that.
Cool.
And Biolante is a pretty wide figure. I would say that being in Flight Form mode definitely makes Biolante look a lot smaller than when Legion was in its adult form.
Agreed. Definitely.
Yeah,
agreed.
I think that's definitely true here. Let's zoom in. Let's get a closer look. Let me just move Biolante so that she's facing forward here. There you go.
Sheesh.
And Legion's it's just bigger. It really is. It's bigger than Biolante. I mean, face the facts. All right, what else? Let's see here. What else? You know what? Let me put Violante back over there. I love this figure. No matter, every time I bring out this figure, I'm always like, this is why this is my #1 figure in the line. It just, it's so good.
It just works.
It just works. You know what? Let's do something different, chat. Let's do something different. I never see any requests for this, but I'm going to do it because I need it to be on screen because not enough people give it some love. And Rob, I think you're going to like this.
Okay.
I think you're going to like this.
Okay.
All right, give me some.
I'm ready.
Hold your horses. Hold your horses.
My horses is holded. Hey.
So we got Hedorah.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah. What a figure, right? Let's do a profile shot. Yeah, there's your profile shot of Hedorah. I think Hedorah would be obliterated against Legion. What do you think?
Well, it depends on which version of Hedorah we're talking about.
Yeah? Do you call it Hedorah or Hedorah?
I call it Hedorah just because I'm used to the US dub. I'm not exactly sure like how it's properly pronounced, but yeah, me and the Smog Monster, we're homies, so.
The Hedorah. See, when I say Hedorah, it just makes me think of Ghidorah. So I'm just like, but then it's also, I pronounce it Ghidorah and Hedorah, so I don't know. I guess I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't, right? Here is Destroya.
Oh.
This is the first version of Destroya that you're seeing right here.
Extra crispy. Hedorah, Dora the Explorer.
Hedorah the Explorer.
I'd watch that show.
All right, so that was good old Destroya, and then let's bring out. We're almost there. We're almost to 2019 Ghidorah. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're close. I can taste it. I can smell it. All right, give me a second. You know what? Let's put another flying monster up there, right? We have a flying form character. I don't have, sorry guys, I don't have flying version of Iris assembled right now. I thought I did, I don't. It's just its normal form, so I won't be able to compare flight form. I'm not about to do that right now.
Nah.
But here is 2019 Rodan to showcase there.
Beef jerky. There he is.
Yeah, this is the MonsterArts Rodan. Oh no. I have mine displayed on one of the building sets that came out a while ago as a base.
That this should totally reissue. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
So let me go. I'm working my way. I'm getting there. We're getting close. I really should just have it out. I should just be prepared that people are going to just ask for 2019 Ghidorah. And I don't know if you guys are really asking because it's a joke or a meme or if it's just because you're really actually curious. But I'm going to bring it out if you ask. I'll bring it out.
Beef jerky versus bug with cardiac arrest matchup.
So we actually compared the 2019 Ghidorah with the adult form, and Ghidorah is still width-wise the larger figure, but when it or the taller figure, right? The width, its wingspan is 2 feet long, so compared to Legion, though, Legion's got more mass.
Good lord.
All right, give me a second. I gotta position this in so that, because when I have this displayed in my display so that it doesn't require stands, it just leans against the back of the display. So
that's what I do.
I might need a second. There we go. Let me just move Rodan out of the way. So here is 2019 Ghidorah. You know, it's a beefy figure still. It's still up there. Like that's, you know, it's looking at Legion in the eyes. You know.
That is quite massive.
And, you know, King Ghidorah's wingspan is 2 feet long. Jeez. And Legion's full length, when it's fully assembled, doesn't even get to 2 feet, so...
Thank God.
It's up there, though, but not necessarily. But yeah, there's our 2019 Ghidorah compared to Flightform Legion.
Jesus. It's a big toy.
The Cosmic Noodle! How big is 64? Oh, gosh. Would you like to see how big Godzilla 64 is compared to Legion?
Not big at all, I bet.
Yeah, it's I mean, we call it the runt of the Monster Arts for a reason. And I have him right here. I have him right here. Let me get him out. He's a good boy, though. You know, even if it is a smaller figure, at the end of the day, it's still really detailed for what it is. I'm going to keep them all three here. There it is, guys.
Jeez.
It's a baby.
He is very baby.
Let me move King Ghidorah out of the shot here.
Oh, God, it's worse now.
So, and then there's your side. Yeah, good. Godzilla 64 is quite small by comparison. Who else do we want to see? Who else? We'll do a couple more.
Mechagodzilla.
Who said that?
74.
Oh, okay. 74.
Yeah.
Mechagodzilla 74. Let me just pop this Ghidorah back into its prison. Thank God for Billy bookcases. If you guys don't own them, these are the most fantastic ways to store your figures if you need a lot of space. Like, I'm a person that has every single Monster Arts figure, and I've got 2 of these for display purposes, and they are fantastic. Okay, so I got that back in there. Let me grab... Who was I grabbing out again?
I said 74.
74. 74.
Yeah. We've got quite a lot of suggestions now, though.
Oh. I love suggestions.
Godzilla 94, Mechagodzilla 21, Anguirus, Mechagodzilla 2, not 3 Rob, it is 3. Stop coping with yourself. I'm sorry, it's the 3rd Mechagodzilla. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, I've got 1974 Godzilla. We're going to bring that one out. Just so y'all know, Godzilla 74 actually scales with 1964 Godzilla, but and same thing with Heater. Heater scales with the 64 Godzilla too. So here is Mechagodzilla 74.
Wow. Woof.
Yeah, he's not the tallest figure. Let me get a side profile shot here.
Who knows? Maybe one day they'll correct it. Maybe not. Who's to say? Jeez.
All right, and then I've got Anguirus here. Yeah, Anguirus is a lot bigger too than Mechagodzilla 74. So these guys don't pair. They don't pair well at all. So there's Anguirus there.
Hell yes.
Somebody asked for 1994 Godzilla?
Yes.
We have that. Let's get that one out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. 94. I like a good 94.
My credit score is 94.
Aha! Aha!
Aha. My phone is currently at 94. No, it's at 41.
My. All right. And then 94 Godzilla. Okay. And then we'll have a special cameo that's not a Monster Arts figure.
Ooh.
All right, this is 94 Godzilla. This is the very first Godzilla that was released in the line. However, this is also the reissue, not the original that was released. So this is the reissue version. So there's 94 Godzilla.
Whoa.
It is the blackest Godzilla in the entire line, along with the original Burning Godzilla mold. Those ones both are very dark.
Wow.
Before they switch to the lighter charcoal gray color. So there's that one. Oh yeah, by the way, the Mechagodzilla 74 that I had on in that shot for a second there, that one was that was my custom that I did with the black wash throughout the figure.
Gorgeous.
And then let's see here. What was the other one that you guys asked for?
Let's see. Mechagodzilla 3 from 1993.
Somebody's trying to throw me off right there. That was Mechagodzilla 93. Got it.
Yeah, and Mechagodzilla 21.
All right. So this is this 93 Godzilla, Mechagodzilla that I'm bringing out is the very first one that did release. So this is not the most recent one, and it's not Super Mechagodzilla that released. This is 2012.
Listen, man. MG75 has a 2 on his shoulder. This guy was released in 93. There's my evidence. He's the third Mechagodzilla.
Who said that?
Titan. It's 2!
It's not even 2. That was the US international version, so that they named it 2 for this one because they didn't want to confuse Americans or any other Westerners that from the previous Mechagodzilla. The 2 doesn't actually exist in the actual title itself. It's just Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla.
Exactly. I'm going to comment on all your vids from now on saying it's 2, Rob.
Oh, isn't that a horrible, horrible thing? Okay. Who else do we want to bring out here? We already did that. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of other big guys that I got. Oh, you know what? Let's bring out the 1989 Lights and Sound Godzilla, the Triple K figure. Let's compare that, because that's the larger guy, too.
Kyoku.
Yeah, I don't have the spelling in front of me, so I can't really do it, unfortunately.
Coca-Cola.
Okay, so this is the Triple K 1989 figure.
Wow, that's a beefy boy. Good lord.
I mean, this is also a really cool figure to own. It doesn't scale with any of the other Monster Arts figures, but having Monster Arts articulation with light up features is pretty cool. If you can, and you know what, you can still find this figure on the international market for not too far off from MSRP after conversion. So you just have to eat the shipping a little bit because it is a bigger figure box. But if you ever happen to find this used out there, even though it was a general release, the chances of it being reissued pretty low unless it's like an anniversary of some sort.
Maybe in 2029.
But let's take a closer look there. This is Harold's favorite figure, too.
That's right, it is.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about my little guest here. My little guest.
The little guy.
I have a little guest here for everybody to take a look at. He is not an S.H.MonsterArts figure, but it is by the brand that is also known as Iwakura, also known as Cast, if you guys have ever heard of that brand.
Oh,
it's mainly, it's an ornament figure is what it is, so, you know, it actually comes with an actual piece that you can display on a tree, you know, a Christmas tree or something like that. But you can also display it on its own. You can take out the tag and everything. And here it is.
Jesus.
It's a baby Godzilla.
My goodness.
What's for dinner? Huh?
A little lizard.
Just for anybody that wants to take a good look at this, this is a really cool cast. It's by Cast. It's really cool. No articulation. It's just a little resin statue. It's a baby Godzilla though, and it fits quite well in your collection if you're a MonsterArts collector and you just wanted a baby Godzilla rep. It's not to scale by any means, but it is a lot smaller, and it's really cool. I love this figure, the statue.
Little guy.
So, little guy right there, my special little guy. What else? Oh, while we're at it, I grabbed this on the way over. Why not? Let's do a little 2019 Godzilla.
Hey, there he is.
So this is 2019 Godzilla compared to Flying Form Legion. In the display, he's posed where he's roaring at King Ghidorah. Let's see here. What else? We'll do two more. Two more comparisons. Any requests for two more? Two more guys.
Baby Godzilla. And
well, we just did Baby
last
Godzilla.
one.
Oh, Little Godzilla.
Yeah, Little Godzilla.
Got it. Let me grab Little Godzilla here.
The little one with the big boo-boo eyes.
This one is...
Final Wars.
Okay, those will be our last two. So here is Little Godzilla.
Aw, he really is little.
Yep, so that's our Little Godzilla right there.
Adorable.
He baby. Let me just turn him to his side right there.
Oh, the suggestion was for Final Wars Gigan, not Godzilla.
Final Wars Gigan? Okay, let me go grab, let me get some Final Wars Gigan out here.
Gigan. Some Google. He is not ugly. Stop it.
Who is shaming Little Godzilla right now?
We do not shame the little one. Good
Give
boy.
me a second. I got a light that just went out, so let me just fix that light really quick, and we'll be right back. Uno segundo. Okay. Got some new lights here. All right, we're back. So I can't remember if that light was out, so I'm just gonna rotate this really quick. And we're gonna zoom in.
And have a grand old time.
Yeah. Okay, and I got your Gigan right here, Gigan 2004. Gigan 2004 is no slouch. It is a larger figure in the line. Honestly, I would pay some money to see these two duke it out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who would win. I mean, it'd probably be Legion because Gigan cut his own head off, and that's hilarious, so.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Let me
He's a
just
funny
throw this.
guy.
Let me just throw this thing at you. Oh shoot!
Oh golly gee! I guess I really lost my head with the aiming there.
Why'd you slice off my head?
That was me.
You unalived yourself. All right, so that was it for our size comparisons right there. Okay, so let me just, let's get Flightform back in front and center of the frame here. Let me just move that. It's a big figure. It really is. So, you know, final verdict from all this stuff. I'm gonna go with this, guys. This figure it's meant for the hardcore collector out there, right? Especially if you're a Gamma fan and you wanted an articulated Legion and you just wanted something that looked really good. The guy who was in charge of the Legion suit was in charge of making this, you know? So it's not gonna get any better than this, and you get the debut of the, or not debut, but you get the Flightform. Even if it briefly was on the screen, you actually have the capability of displaying such an awesome piece, you know? So, and it's never been done before. So there's a lot going with this. Is it worth $560 USD though? I would say wait for a sale, but at the same time, watch the market with this, because this figure right here, they didn't bring a lot of it over here to the United States. It's all allocated based off of existing pre-orders. So if you're the type of person that normally pre-orders and you just wanted to wait for this to go on sale, it's because of that. That's why they don't have a lot of that here. One of the reasons, not just because of that, but that's one of the reasons why there's just not that many pieces. It's also a large figure. It's also a lot pricier than usual. So there's a lot of those factors. So bottom line, keep an eye on the market. Right now, about 50% of the retailers that if you guys go to my website and you want to see the current retailers that have it, about 50% of them are already sold out. So the remaining ones are generally the retailers that don't do sales or discounts. Sometimes they do for Black Friday though. Keep an eye on those, but also just generally keep an eye on the market on this, because when this is gone, the aftermarket is gonna skyrocket.
Oh yeah.
So just keep that in mind. And with that being said, let's do some Q&A. How about that, Rob? We are officially, so for those of you that are watching the stream, we're officially done showcasing the figure. This is the part of the stream where we just kind of kick back. We're gonna just let you chat with us, me and Rob, for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so. If we're having a good time, we might do it a little bit longer. If it slows down, we'll slow it down. But we're just gonna kind of relax a little bit. We're just gonna stick around and do some Q&A. You can ask anything about this figure. You can ask about anything with the line in general. The current tariff de minimis situation. You can ask us what our perfect Sundays are. I don't really care. So, but we're just this is the wind down process for us. So we're just winding it down. If you want to go, hey, thanks for stopping by. If you want to stick around, hey, thanks for sticking around. So let me just walk over to the computer over here and let me take off these damn gloves, because my God, I need to free my hands. And let's look at the questions. Starting with you, Godzilla626. Michael, how many Legions does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Enough.
I'm going to say 10. 10. Yes. 10 out of 10. Let's see here. Titan says, yeah, Rob, I'm not joking, by the way. I'm commenting it's Mechagodzilla 2 on your videos now. Oh, no! Rob!
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
You're allowed to be wrong. This is true. Oh.
Sorry.
Are you, though?
No!
Okay. Wow. Wow, so awesome. Let's see here. We got, smiley face. Thank you for that. What's both yours and Rob's favorite Godzilla movie? Ooh. Rob, but you can go first.
Shin Godzilla.
Not surprised, right?
It's in the name.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like to give I feel like to say a favorite Godzilla is very hard for me. Favorite Godzilla movie, so I like to give it by era, if that's okay. So I'm going to give you my favorite from the eras, because I think they're so distinct and different from eras that they deserve to be said, right?
Fact.
So for Showa era, my favorite is Terror of Mechagodzilla. That was the very first Godzilla movie I ever saw. It is also one of my favorites because it features Mechagodzilla, the second version of it, factual Mechagodzilla 2, And it is just such a badass character in this movie. So much explosions. The cinematography was so cool in this one. Titanosaurus was awesome in it, and that was the brawl between Titanosaurus and Godzilla was so awesome. I just loved it. So definitely that one was my favorite for Showa. My favorite Heisei one, though, it's a toss-up between Biollante and Destroya. But my secret favorite is Space Godzilla. That's my guilty pleasure right there. That's my guilty pleasure. And then as far as the Millennium series goes, my favorite is Tokyo SOS. I really liked that movie. It was fun. And then, let's see here. Reiwa stuff, kind of tough pick though, but I'm gonna have to go with -1. -1 is my favorite of the newer series out there.
Fantastic.
And then if you want to give me, well, I'll throw Monsterverse a bone, right? That's its own thing too. My favorite Monsterverse is definitely GXK. So I've always wanted to see a movie where the monsters were the forefront and we follow their stories versus following the human characters and letting the human characters guide the story. So that is something I've always wanted, and they mostly delivered on that. So I was really, really happy. I was really happy about that. Rob, what are your favorite Showa, Heisei, Millennium, and Monsterverse?
Oh boy, Showa. I mean, that's a three-way tie between 3 movies. So Godzilla versus the Sea Monster is up there. The original 1954, of course, and just because I love rustling the jimmies, Godzilla's Revenge.
Ah, aha.
Heisei, toss up between 84 and Biollante, for sure.
Not bad.
Millennium, it's gonna be GMK for me, for more than a couple reasons. Reiwa, Shin Godzilla. Monsterverse wise, I'm gonna have to go with Skull Island.
Oh, good choices.
I really like Skull Island.
Solid choices. Skull Island is one of those I mean, here's the thing. I don't really care for Kong, but I think the movie is done very well.
Yeah, that's how I feel, honestly. It's just a good movie.
It's just a good movie. I really like it.
Movie.
All right. Thank you for that. I hope that answered your question there. Let's see here. I love Shin Godzilla. Same. He loves it too.
I do.
It's all over his Discord profile. Oh boy. Watch out. Watch out, world. Michael, tell Rob he made an error in his Burning Godzilla video at the 555 mark.
Yeah, somebody said that I mixed up the OG SHMA Burning Godzilla with the Ultimate from the front-on shot. It could. I wouldn't be surprised if I did, but yeah, apparently.
I mean, that's hard to fix at this point. Other than you can make an annotation, you can add that to your video if you want.
I don't even think we have annotations anymore.
Oh, did they get rid of that?
I'm pretty sure they did. A while ago, too.
I think cards still exist though, right?
Yeah, I'll have to look into that because that's gonna bother
either that, just put a disclaimer in there.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. We're not all perfect. We try to get it right as much as we can. Which is funny because those are my photos.
Yeah.
About the Mechagodzilla 2, though, I know it's 3. Just learned that today, so the comments are mostly going to be as a joke.
And all of my responses will be a joke.
Definitely.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I just got off work. I know I'm late, and the figure, it was great. Yeah, I mean, we just wrapped it up, but you can go back and watch this later. The plan is, guys, to make it solid in the abridged version. You know what I might do is, you know what? No, I'll keep them separate for the live stream stuff. But for the abridged version, I'm going to combine them into one stream.
Good. So, this is good.
We need GMK figures. There's more on the way for sure. So we'll just have to be patient, right?
Yeah, wait and see.
Unless they say no, but they have not said that. So We being good so far. Okay, Landon, Michael, how many Legions are you gonna buy? The plan is to have 2 personally. I'm going to have 2 personally. I only have 1 right now though. And yeah, so I'm actually gonna take photos and do like 360 shots with this figure, and then I got to put it back into its final form. That's gonna be fun. I'm not doing that on a stream though. I'll do that off stream. Haya got some good GMK stuff. Yeah, I saw their GMK Godzilla. Looks good.
He does, yeah.
When is the next MonsterArts reveal? Man, I can't tell you that.
Tonight.
I can't tell you that. I know when it's happening, but I can't tell you that, unfortunately. But there's yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. You know, I try to post things online without actually saying, you know, what to look for. So if you just look at my posts on social media, it might give you some hints. Just got to wait a few years. No, for Haya, maybe? Oh yeah, he's talking about the Haya figure.
Yeah, a few years.
Yeah, maybe a few years. Also, favorite Pokemon starter. This question is for both of you, question mark. I picked Charmander back when I first started playing Pokemon, so that was my starter.
Yeah, my favorite 2 starters were Squirtle and Totodile. Those are my 2 big ones.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Totodile was what I picked in Johto, so that was my. That was my. Boy. I think that's all. That's the only Pokemon games I ever played. Was I did the original, I did the Johto series, and then I got back into it for the remake, the Fire Red version.
Yeah.
Because they added the extra land in there and everything, and then I did the Heart Gold version as well. But I never played any other versions after that until they did the remakes for the Switch and the game and the 3DS. I played those remakes.
Yeah, I was there for those as well. I mean, I'm still kind of there for the modern day, but it's like after the last couple of games that they put out, it's just like, I
just don't have time to play those games. Those games, like, I mean, they're fine to pick up and put down, and I think they're really meant for that kind of ability as an option to play that. But just lately, like, I've been so far into normal work and monster stuff, like, yeah. I just don't have time to play any video games. I think the last time I opened up Steam and played a game in Steam was like 5 months ago. So
what game?
I've been really busy. I believe, what was that? I was playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Ah, okay.
And I was on the DLC, which I haven't played before, and I need to get back to that again.
You do.
I got some time. I've got a little bit of a break here, because the Godzilla 2000 doesn't come out until the 27th of September, so I'll have a little bit of a break. I bet the reveal is in a week or 2. Well, don't place a bet with me.
Definitely don't.
Ow, Rob. Someone said... Oh, I think he meant, ooh, Rob. Someone said that you can fix the eyes of 70th anniversary by heating and readjusting the eyes. Is it possible?
Yeah, I got a comment.
They're decals.
Yeah. Oh, God. My brain stopped working. I got a comment saying to take an X-Acto knife to get the roof of the mouth off and to readjust the eyes from there. I don't know how... factual that is.
I've never tried it myself, but they are decals versus the actual Dot Matrix paint, so I know that decals can be moved. I just don't know what MonsterArts does for its finishing process, so I don't know if there's a sealer over it. If there's a sealer over it, I don't think you're going to be able to move it.
Well, I don't know if I'm even going to attempt that because, yeah, the eyes are a little goofy, but I don't know if I'm going to go that far just to readjust some eyes.
And here's another tip for you. When you pose your figure, make the face just tilt down a little bit forward instead of having it look upward. Because when you do face it upward, it does look more wonky. But if you tilt your face forward the way that Godzilla's supposed to be looking when it's straight on, the eyes will look a lot less googly that way.
Gotcha.
Because even if you look at my front, use my front photos that I have as an example, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because I think a lot of people do that when they take pictures of that Godzilla, they have him looking too high up in the air. And it just makes the eyes look wonky because of that. Because he doesn't look at the camera that way. It's always so that the nose is always downward. You see more of the top of the mouth than the bottom jaw.
Indeed. And if we're going to, get heavily into screen accuracy, it might as well pose it screen accurately too.
Maybe. Let's see here. We got Squirter Rob.
Oh yeah, I said Squirter instead of Squirtle.
Clip that. Clip
Whoops.
it. Clip it.
Clip it right now. Blow it up on the internet.
Yeah, make it go viral. Furligator is getting a mega evolution. I mean, that's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool.
That is
I think that one could look pretty cool. Perfect. Hey, awesome. I'll back perfect up.
Absolutely.
I like Furligator and Tyranitar because they look like Gojira. Yeah, I think there's some inspiration there.
Absolutely.
MonsterArts Gauss. What about it?
It should exist.
Rob, don't put knives in your mouth. Oh boy.
I never did. Well, never mind.
Say Pepsi, I see. Thank you for the tip. Hey, no problem. Landon says, Michael, I want to sell my OG Biolante in its box. I paid $215 in 2014. Should I sell it or keep it for a few more years? I mean, the thing is, if you're trying to let it appreciate in value, it's always going to appreciate in value over time until the next one comes out. When the next one comes out, if and when that ever happens, these original ones do take a small little hit in the aftermarket. You know, let's look at the original Garuda. Originally was about $20 USD when it first released, and then it skyrocketed nearly to $250 in the aftermarket. And then they reissued it with Super Mecha Godzilla, and all of a sudden the price for that dropped down to about $100, hovered around $80 to $100, and then it was reissued again recently with the Makuhari set, and now you can get it for almost like 40,000 to 60,000 yen. So it's come down quite a bit. But my point is that if they keep releasing these things, different variants of them, they will get a little bit more devalued. However, the goal is with a collectible figure is that they don't want that to happen in general. They don't want the figures to be devalued. They want you to have that special collectible. That's why the variants, special color, decisive battle versions, they always do something different so that your original still has some uniqueness to it that makes it a desired figure, right? So in Biolante's case, the very first figure is much more of a paint accurate to the figure, to the actual maquette, or sorry, the puppet. Whereas the special color version is more scene specific. Its coloration is very like muddy at the bottom of the base, like it's been in the dirt, in the mud and everything. It's more earthly toned throughout the whole figure. And I believe on the back side of it, it's more of a fluorescent green color. And that's just to make it special color, because there's really no reason for it to be that bright. Other than possibly like, oh, it's charging its acid spray, right? But I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think it's just to make it a special color variant. They just decided to color that piece a brighter piece. But the original is much more balanced. It's, in my opinion, that is the more desirable figure to have. If you want like the Biolante figure to have, get the original. But if you like the special color version because it's more accessible, there's that option as well. But as far as yours, if you want to sell it, if it's still in the box and you've never opened it before, you could probably sell it right now for a good chunk of change. I think the value's sunk though for it quite a bit. I think you probably get maybe 500 if it's brand new and sealed in its brown shipper. If it's brand new and still sealed in its brown shipper, 500 for sure. I know at one point before the special color version of Biolante was released, it had gotten in the aftermarket. It had gotten as high as $1,400 brand new.
Jesus.
But it won't ever hit that number. It's not going to ever hit those numbers ever again. So that's how that goes. Rob might get one eventually. Wink,
yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Stay tuned.
You should check newest comments on your burning video, Rob. Oh, God.
I did, and I responded. Let me know what you think.
Titan, 1 or 2. Be careful this time. Aha. Landon, Rob, what old MonsterArts figure do you want the most?
God. Destroyer.
Good choice.
Destroyer. Yeah.
The original or the special color?
Special color.
I'm just not a fan of what they did with the horn and the eyes. I'm sorry, the eyes are fine. I just wish the eyes were still translucent. They just painted them yellow. So, and they're like a hot yellow on the special color version. I do like the paint application on the special color version's body though. That one's a lot better than the original.
Yeah, that's like my main thing. It's like I like the original and I like that it looks like a charred lobster from hell and all that. Very friggin' cool. But it's like if you put both of them in front of me and said you can only have one, I'd probably go with the special color.
Just a second, chat. We might have... we're going to get Harold loaded onto the stream really quick. He wants to pop in, say hello really quick. So give us a second here.
Hey, Harold.
Yeah. It's kind of
Let's go.
I don't know what time it is for him over there, but it's 10 o'clock here for my time. What is it, 1 for you over there?
Yeah, 1:02 for me.
Good thing it's a weekend, right?
Absolutely.
Unless you got stuff to do tomorrow.
No, tomorrow's my do nothing day. So by that, play Silk Song.
Yeah, join here. I hope he's using a better microphone, because last time he joined, it was really noisy. So I just sent him the stuff. Okay, anyways, back to the chat really quick. Is it possible that MonsterArts will do Rebirth of Mothra monsters? Would like to see King Ghidorah 1998. So Rebirth Mothra series is on their surveys right now. They're not listing specific characters, but they've listed them in the series that you would like to see characters from. So that's been like that for about a year and a half now. So it's fairly new compared to when the surveys originally started. So I believe that they are still gathering data for that. But I think if Rebirth Mothra Trilogy has any anniversaries coming up, that might be the time when they strike with some of those figures. So that's like 96, right? So 2026 would be an anniversary.
That's next year.
Yeah.
Moving.
Favorite season minus fall, winter. Absolutely winter all the time.
Fall for me as well. No heat, no AC. Windows open, nice and cool.
Yeah, I think I would appreciate fall a little bit more if
it lasted more than 2 weeks.
If we actually had seasons here in California, right? All right, let me just, we're going to get Harold on here in just a second. Harold, can you hear us? He's sharing a screen, but I don't hear his audio.
Yes, we cannot hear you.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't see your audio, Harold. Yeah, we don't hear you at all. So he'll figure it out eventually. He'll figure it out. But yeah, we're not getting your audio. Anyways, back to the chat. My Biollante is already open. Okay, if it's already open, then you're probably looking at maybe $300 to $400.
It ain't bad.
Yeah. Your take on Shin Godzilla movie Graphic Plus. I think it looks great. It's exactly what I had hoped Awakening would look like, honestly. Because of Night Combat. Night Combat looks so good. And I was just saying, I mean, even back then, I was just like, if they do Awakening with the same type of style, the plastic translucent material, that Awakening's really going to look good. Because the current Awakening that's released already, it's all right. It's not as translucent as it should be, though. And I think that after seeing it in person at Comic-Con, like, it's phenomenal. Like, you don't want to miss this figure. It's disappointing that it doesn't come with any extras, but it's a phenomenal figure still. It looks so good in person. And if you do own the original Awakening, you can switch the split jaw piece with this new one too. So it'll still work. And you can swap the tail tip too.
There you go. I can't wait for that thing.
Well, if the box is not in perfect condition, then you're looking at maybe $300 then. And if it's really damaged, it's a hard sell to make somebody pay at least over MSRP. So you'll have to make some considerations there. I have the OG Destroyer. I painted the eyes yellow on mine. Looks good. Yeah, I thought about that. Harold just got his Beast Glove Kong. Yeah, I have yet to check that out. He sent us some pictures of it, but we haven't seen any video footage of it yet.
So
I want them to do an Orochi figure. I just saw the 1994 movie last week for the time. Hi, Harold. When are getting Legion? I don't know if Harold's getting Legion, actually. And speaking of Harold, I saw he popped back on backstage, but the thing is, I think because you are joining us with a shared screen, that your audio is coming from your Mac and not coming through your microphone. Just join as an audio call instead of sharing your screen. If you can hear us. Yeah, I'm not getting his audio at all, so it's not popping up.
Friggin' technology, man.
Yep. Do you think Space Godzilla will be in Supernova? I highly doubt it because I don't think Legendary wants to pay the rights to lesser-known Toho Kaiju. Lesser known? I mean...
He's pretty popular.
Okay. I mean, if you mention to the fans, I guess we all know what Space Godzilla is. To the lesser common person, I think they'd be intrigued when they hear the name Space Godzilla, but... I mean, honestly, like... You know, this is a very interesting question, though, because, like, or the way it's phrased and everything, it's like, you know, why would we include lesser-known Toho characters? Because the general public doesn't know who they are. Well, it's the same thing with original monsters, right? Nobody knows who these characters are, right? So, including a character that's at least been in the Toho movies, I think that's a win. That's even more of a win than an original character. An original character is a risk. You know, will people like it? Will people hate it?
Very true. I think he's got good grounds.
Yeah, he's joining again. I don't know why this keeps happening. He keeps joining with his screen shared. I don't know why that keeps happening.
It's that fucking Mac shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, man.
I don't know. I don't
okay.
know what's going on.
Okay, there you are, Harold. You're in.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Fucking Mac shit.
Oh, and that's how we make. Yes. This is how you make an entrance, guys. This is it.
Son of a bitch! This fucking thing. God damn.
Yeah. So, Harold, just to catch you up, we already finished the stream. We already looked at the figure and everything. It took us how long, Rob? How long did it take us to build the figure?
I think it was 71 minutes.
No, that was the first figure that we did. I think it was 120 minutes or something like that.
112.
So it took us 112 minutes. So about an hour and what, 22 minutes or something like that? Yeah. Or
something like that.
About an hour and 22 minutes is how long it took us to disassemble and put it into its flying form that you see right there. It was a long time.
Jeez. So it's are we still alive or no?
We're live right now, yeah.
Oh, okay, we're live. Okay, so people are listening to us.
Yes, they can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, community. So what's going on, everybody? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay, buonasera. That's for you, Rob.
Buonasera.
And it's 1:11 p.m. here in Taiwan. I just had my lunch, and I did my classes for the day, and now I got my Beast Glove Kong in my hand, and just getting ready to do, just planning my next, photo shoot with this guy, and just testing out the. Like what I like to do is, I like to look at pictures for references and stuff like that, and then I try to, see what I can do, how much I can.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
Motherfucking Mac shit.
Did we lose you? I think we lost you. 1 second. I think we lost you. Yeah, we lost Rob. Or lost Harold.
God. I blame Macintosh.
Yeah. Gotta love those Macs, man. Yeah, I don't see any audio bars on your side anymore, buddy. But anyways, we'll get back to some questions here while he works on that. Anyways, so yeah, back to the questions. Is a MonsterArts Orochi even possible? I'm gonna say probably not. It's possible, but they're not gonna do it. There's no interest in it.
Sad but honest truth.
I have high hopes for Space in Supernova. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I would love to see Space Godzilla in this new movie. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Original monsters don't cost as much. Yeah, they don't cost as much for sure. Rob, I'm sorry. I mean, here's the other thing too. When it comes to licensing, like there's different costs depending on what medium you're licensing for. Like for toys and movies, the cost for licensing them is different. So, that said, I have no idea what it costs. I just don't like Ultraman. Rest in peace, Harold. Yeah, he was here. And then he just disappeared. Poor guy.
Fucking Max.
I still use dial-up? Oh, jeez. Bro, seriously? Is Zilla from 98 still possible in MonsterArts? Yes. So yeah, Godzilla of 98 is a possibility for this line. It's not held up behind any kind of licensing issues or anything like that. You know, Toho's got the rights for it. We've seen product already be solicited in Japan as Godzilla 1998. You know, we have the movie Monster series. Tanaka Studio is also naming it that way as well. Even some of the past X Plus stuff, like Death for Real Godzilla. It says Godzilla 1998 on there, so it doesn't say Zilla. I have noticed that when it comes to license. Oh, Harold's back again. There you are.
Motherfucker, this shit sucks, man.
Okay, we're still live.
Oh,
you're live. Okay. You're live. When you come in, you're live.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So, hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a lovely time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. You were talking, and all of a sudden, you just like out.
God, I didn't do anything. I was just freaking talking.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, going back to Godzilla 98, yeah, it's possible. It just seems like when studios or toy makers outside of Japan do it, they have to call it Zilla for some reason.
Yeah, I remember I had this conversation with G Forever, and when that whole thing with Spiral Studios happened and people threw a fit, and also the owner of Easy Hobby, K.N. Lin, he told me, this is what he told me exactly. He says that the reason why, because Spiral Studios is in Thailand, okay? So the license only allows them to use Zilla, not Godzilla 98, right? And the license is, for that particular character, only a Japanese company can use the name Godzilla 1998. And since Easy Hobby does have offices in Japan, that's how they're getting around that.
This is the Tanaka Studio one, right?
Yeah, Tanaka is in Japan, so that's why he can use Godzilla 98.
Makes sense. Yeah, so we were just talking about that with this question that's on screen right now. Is Zilla, is it still possible? So we were just explaining the differences between regions. So, but yeah. That's it. There you heard it from Harold right there.
Yes.
Were you guys disappointed that Zilla 1998 never got a sequel?
No, well, I don't know. Like at the time, I don't know. Like I was not in that kind of, I wasn't in that mind frame at the time. For sequels or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I never thought that this movie was gonna have a sequel to begin with. It was gonna be like a one-off for me. And then, sure enough, not long after the cartoon comes out, I was like, oh, okay, so this is the sequel right here. You know what I mean? That's the way I treated it. You know what I mean? But like, even after that movie, even though I liked it, and I could clearly see why people hate it and stuff like that. I mean, I am a diehard Godzilla fan, but I have tolerance for other things. You know what I mean? I do have, you know, I can accept other things. I can try. I'm willing to accept different takes and stuff like that, right? Because, you know, like, if you're into comic books and stuff like that, they do this all the time with superheroes. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, I'm kind of used to it. You know, but like, yeah, I was, after that movie, I was like, yeah, okay, I want to see Japan Godzilla again. I want to see that come to screen. And then you know, in 2000, Godzilla 2000 came to movie screens here, at least in Canada. You know what I mean? And that was the first Japanese Godzilla movie that I saw. You know, on screen. But like, the first Godzilla movie ever on screen was Godzilla '98. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I didn't think that it needed a sequel. I was the person in the theater that felt betrayed watching it, so I was just like,
really?
make it be done. I sat and watched the movie, and I was just like, this is not Godzilla. I had my arms crossed and everything, and my mom was like, did you like the movie? It was your Godzilla. And I was just like, that was not my Godzilla.
Yeah, I didn't treat it like that. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, this is clearly not the Godzilla that I know, but like, all right, fine. You know what I mean? And then like, I enjoyed it, and I didn't like that they killed him. So like, when they killed him, I was like, okay, we're not getting another. You know what I mean? That's the way I took it. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And then Ronald Emmerich went online, and he's like, I never actually really liked Godzilla in the first place, so I just wanted to do something completely different. And it's like, well, no wonder.
Fuck you, yeah. Fucking loser.
But hey, Toho approved it at the end of the day, so
They did, yeah.
They just kind of just said, like, I think they just said, like, whatever, just do it.
Yeah.
We're working on 1999 Godzilla anyways because of you. Harold, you got a question here. Oh, actually, before that, Rob, did you want a sequel to Godzilla, or was it just the anime that you were okay with?
I was perfectly fine with the animated series.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Didn't need much else beyond
I mean, it was fine. Yeah, I mean, that segued right after that, right? You followed the Godzilla Jr. and that's all it needed. Whoa.
Yeah.
Does Harold know who Squidora is?
Ooh, what? Squidora?
Squidora. Do you know who
No.
Squidora is? Oh, I'll have to show you later. Rob will show you later, too.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It's a classic.
Canada mentioned. Uh-oh. The cartoonzilla falls on his side instead of his belly, like in the film where he dies. That bothered me for over 20 years. Okay. My first Godzilla film was also 98. Second was 2014, and first Toho 2000. Okay, yeah, mine was
that animation. I'm sorry, that animation. You know, Godzilla, that Godzilla cartoon. It's like the same company that made Men in Black.
Yes.
You know, and like, when you look at the movie and then later you see that it's like they look nothing like. They look like the characters that you saw in the movie, you know what I mean? And like, you know, as a kid growing up, like, you don't understand that. It was for like licensing or whatever, like likeness rights or whatever, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, like, I just wanted to say that, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that was kind of weird, but
yeah, that's a thing. Are you all excited for the Godzilla short coming this November? And do you predict he's going to fight a monster or be a solo short? Yo, it would be cool if they resurrected the Megaguira suit, but I don't know. I don't know who he would fight. I don't think they're going to bring back any of the existing suits that just debuted. I don't think they're going to bring those guys back. It would have to be something new.
Agreed.
What if it was Kaiser Ghidorah?
Kaiser Ghidorah versus
The Kaiser Ghidorah suit. A lot of the Final Wars suits are still okay.
Yeah, like, I remember back in 2014 when I went to Japan for the first time and they had that Godzilla museum, and I got to see those suits in front of me. It was like a dream come true, And yeah, like I remember I saw the suits of all the Final Wars characters: Godzilla, Monster X, Gigan. Funny enough, Gigan, the claw, you know, the spike fell off of it. It is laying on the floor, like, oh damn. But it was quite an experience, man. And then later that same day, I went to Roppongi in Japan because like when I was on the train with my wife, I saw like the thing for Godzilla 2014. So then I go, let's go here. And then when we get there, they have like this huge statue. Like, I mean, I think I've shown it a few times on my Instagrams and in my Facebook. Like this statue of Godzilla 2014. You know, I was like, oh, that was so cool. You know what I mean? It's like my first trip to Japan, and I got to see all that, which was fantastic.
So cool.
Jealous.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What do you think, Rob? What do you think he's gonna fight? You think he's gonna fight anything, or is he gonna just is it just gonna be Godzilla versus Japan?
I think it's gonna be Godzilla versus Papa John.
Ooh, it's a pizza coming out of here.
He's got the sody pops.
Yeah. I am looking forward to it, though. I can't wait to see it. They've been working really hard to refresh that Godzilla suit, so to see it back in action again, it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be nostalgic.
My first Toho movie was Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1993. Not Mechagodzilla 2, huh? Just 1993? We're just joking about that. Yeah, it's true. 1993. That's why I have a soft spot on the design for Mechagodzilla. Yeah, for sure. It's not a bad movie. It's not one of my favorite Heisei ones, but yeah. I'm glad that was your first one, though. That's a good one to watch. Did you guys know that the Skull Island 2023 series is not getting a season 2? Instead, it's getting a comic book series to continue the story. I mean, I didn't watch the Netflix show anyway, so
I didn't like it. I didn't like the Netflix thing. It was just, I don't know. There was something about it. It just felt very off-putting for me, you know. And I clearly like the demographic. I think, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It didn't sit well with me. I don't know. I just didn't like it. Yeah.
For Harold, what figure you want S.H. Monsters to do with glow in the dark feature?
I wouldn't mind getting the -1 glow in the dark, because ever since I seen that short of Godzilla, the new roar in Asia, and he's green, I want that. You know? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. You know what I would like is Godzilla 1989 with acid spray, and the acid spray effects on its body, that can be the part that glows.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too.
That'd be pretty cool too, yeah.
I'd take both.
What is your favorite Mechagodzilla? Mine is Kiryu. Mine is Mechagodzilla 1975, hands down, my favorite.
I have a soft spot for Mechagodzilla, but if I have to pick one Mechagodzilla, that I guess it would be the Kiryu one, because he just looks so cool, you know. And,
but which one, 2002 or 2003?
The one that's got like the back, you know, the blue rockets and stuff like that.
The blue backpack?
Yeah.
So that's
really
2002.
Okay, yeah, that one.
I like the heavy armed one.
Yeah.
That's the one with the drill hand. No, heavy armed one is with the drill hand and the Terminator eye.
Oh. Okay.
Silver. That one's got the silver backpack, and it doesn't have the absolute zero cannon. It's got the hyper mazer instead.
Oh, I see.
A lot of questions for Harold going on here, man. Harold, do you think Space Godzilla will be in Supernova? I just asked this earlier.
I think Alf will be in Supernova.
Ooh.
Hell yes.
Do you know who Alf is?
Yeah. I know who it is. I know what Alf is. If you guys don't know in the chat, if you guys don't know what Alf is, go look it up.
Yeah.
Gamma Rebirth.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Space Godzilla. I mean, if we haven't seen anything, I don't know. It either feels like Space Godzilla or Gigan or both. You know what I mean? It's one of those two. Yeah,
something like that.
But I wouldn't mind if it's a completely new monster either. Yeah. So.
Let's see here. Gamma Rebirth was apparently canceled. That sucks. Needs a resurrection. I mean, I thought that was it was basically one series. I don't think it was ever supposed to have a sequel, right?
I don't know if it was canceled because from what I was reading, Kadokawa basically got the rights to basically just show it on TV over in Japan. Mm-hmm. And they like fixed a bunch of the lighting issues that the Netflix cut had. They split all the episodes in half, so there was more episodes. So I don't know if it got canceled. I think Kadokawa was just like, we want to do this on our own terms. And from what I saw, like it performed pretty well on TV versus Netflix because people actually knew when it was coming on. Netflix.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So favorite kaiju from first 3 Godzilla eras. Mine are King Caesar, Space Godzilla, Orga. From the first 3 Godzilla eras. I mean, mine's just gonna be Mecha Godzilla 75, and then it'll be Godzilla 1994, and then I'm gonna say Baragon. If you want Gamera to cross over aside with Godzilla with, why don't we have him fight the Hulk, guys?
Fuck off. You know, the more I think about that, the more I hate it. I mean, I'm a Hulk guy. I love Hulk and stuff like that, but like, just the fan adulation over that is just, shut up.
You know who I want Gamera to cross over with? A movie studio that'll give him a fucking chance in theaters.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
there it is. That was the correct answer right there.
Yes.
Hey, we'll see you later, Titan. Thank you for stopping by the stream and chilling with us. Katsura Mifune, I can't wait for... Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Harold, when are you getting Legion? Oh, yeah, somebody was asking this earlier when you were having difficulty getting in. Are you going to pick up Legion or not?
Probably not. I mean, it's nothing to do with the price or the character or anything. It's just that I'm not a Gamera guy. You know, like, even though I like Gamera, but like I'm not there. I'm not at that level where like I want to get all the other characters. Like, I have Gamera 95, I've got Gamera Rebirth and things, and I got some of the Gauss and things like that. I'm good. Mm-hmm. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't and I have Iris, and that's it. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, if I have the opportunity, sure, I can pick it up, but I'm not going out of my way for it. And like, and I'm in the process of like moving stuff around in my collection too and stuff like that. So like, I got stuff coming. You know what I mean? And I don't. It's just that I just can't devote energy to it right now.
Wow. Yeah. Crazy. So yeah. Orange Beam also says my Biollante. Oh, his is Biollante Gigan and Mecha Godzilla. I think he wanted to know which of the 3 Oh, you said them in a different order. That's what it was. Okay. So I don't know what Mecha Godzilla you picked or what Gigan you picked. Let's see here. Is there a figure that you guys think is overrated, MonsterArts or Haya? Overrated, huh?
Overrated.
As in too much
like
praise for what it's
overrated, worth? Like, yeah, like I never really understand what that means. You know what I mean? Like, overrated, like people like too much or they give too much praise. Like what?
Yeah, I think that's what it's really about. It's like it's a figure that people gush for, but it's really kind of like it's okay. It's not like the.
Well, that's really just down to personal preferences too. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Like, I mean, what you like doesn't necessarily mean what I like, you know what I mean? So like, but for Haya, I can't. No, I can't pick one. No. And even for S.H. Monster Arts, what's overrated?
Yeah, that's a tough question.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you know, you just have to think about like what everybody really gushes about and just the general opinion of like what's the best figure in the line. A lot of people gush about the Kiryu figures being the best in the line. I don't think they're necessarily overrated though. I think they're really solid pieces and everything.
See,
yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
I can't really.
I
Like,
think
I can tell you, you know, like which one is like my absolute favorite. That's the Kyo Godzilla 1989.
Yeah,
you know, that's my all-time favorite S.H. Monster Arts. You know, and I will not depart with it. But other than that, and like a close second is the Godzilla 2019 poster version.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a beautiful figure.
Yeah. I mean,
and then behind that one is the Orai Noriyoshi Godzilla.
Yeah. I have a hard time answering this question myself because I feel like I don't see a figure that people really, really gush about that I just don't disagree with, you know? I think that the ones that people really, really like, those are the ones that are really good in the line, so.
But like, again, too, like what causes you to, or like what makes you arrive to that decision? Like, is it pressure from everybody else that pushes you, oh, I like this figure, or like, is this something that really connects to you deep down personally? You know what I mean? So that's a question for everybody. You know what I mean? So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Before you read off another question,
sure.
I do gotta head to bed because it is 1:30.
Sounds good.
I apologize for skimping out early, but I'm getting tired.
No worries, man. No worries. Hey, thank you so much, Rob, for hanging out with us. We're gonna wrap it up in like 5 minutes anyway. So,
okay.
But yeah, so thanks for stopping by, Rob. Get some shut eye. Thanks for hanging out and making the stream always a blast. So,
Rob is the most charismatic man in our community, man.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Well, I'm gonna go to sleep with a smile on my face because of that. So. Thank you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Everybody out in the chat, have yourselves a good night. I'm gonna go sleeps.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night, man.
Good night, guys.
Sleep well, brother. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
All right. Okay, bye-bye. So it's just me and you, Michael.
Yeah, it's just us, and we're gonna just hang out. We'll hang out in the stream for 5 more minutes, but if you want to hang afterwards, we can do that too.
For a little bit, because I wanna get this. I want to get this shoot on the road. You know what I mean? So
sounds good. All right, Gamera is a dead franchise. Maybe. They'll come back eventually, right? Nothing's ever dead. It's always brought back eventually.
Has there ever been a Gamera comic?
I don't know. Favorite kaiju that has Godzilla's DNA? I mean, Kiryu.
Kiryu, Biollante.
Kiryu and Biollante are great. Space Godzilla's dirty, or not dirty. It's like a guilty pleasure, but I prefer Kiryu over that. I like the kind of the spirit that embodies it, you know. Let's see here. They all have G cells. Yeah. Why is Varan so popular? Is he popular?
I've never seen Varan. I've never seen them. I know he exists and stuff like that, but I've never seen a movie with him in it.
Well, have you seen Destroy All Monsters?
You know what? I have not seen that movie to this day because no, seriously, because here in Taiwan, like I just can't. You know what I mean? Just can't find it. You know what I mean? I need somebody to
get the 4K version in Japan. Amazon Japan, get the 4K copy.
I want English dubbing. You know what I mean? I don't want to read while I'm watching the movie.
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem then. I haven't actually seen the original Varan movie. I actually own it, but I haven't watched it, and I was going to watch it. I popped it into my player, and I was not satisfied with the transfer. The transfer was scratched like crazy. It was super grainy. And I was just like, why did they think this was a good idea putting this on Blu-ray? I was like, no. Because I've always wanted to watch Varan, but I wanted it to be a really good experience. So I'm waiting for them to do a 4K cleaned up version of it. Because they've done Rodan 56 and they've done Mothra 61. So it's a matter of time when they do Frankenstein Conquers the World and they do Space Amoeba on Varan.
I have
all
seen
that
Frankenstein
stuff.
Conquers the World. That's a great film.
Yes, I watched that one.
Their best non-Godzilla film is in my opinion, only because I've seen it, and I keep thinking about that film from time to time, is War of the Gargantuas.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That's a phenomenal movie, man.
And I guess that the way it works with one of them is actually Frankenstein from Conquers the World.
Apparently it's supposed to be a follow-up to that one, actually.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
Harold, you need to move to the U.S., Landon says.
No, I do not. I do fucking not. I am very happy here in Taiwan. You know, I never had a kaiju collection in Canada or in North America until I came to Taiwan. Trust me, I am good here. Thank you. But no.
Yeah. I hear you on that right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's going to be it for the stream, guys. Thank you all for joining us and everything. This was a lot of fun. We finally knocked out Legion in 2 streams.
Wow.
And I mean, it was. I'm really glad that I did split this up, because if it took me, we were in the first Legion stream. It was about, I think it was at the 2-hour mark, is right when we finished it, before we did the Q&A's part. And if it was going to take me another 1 hour and 20 minutes, or another 120 minutes to do it, to do the flying form, I would have been toast at that point. I was already toast because it was so hot in the apartment at the time. So it was good. We split this up. It was great.
Awesome.
So, but yeah,
cool.
thanks. Thanks so much for everybody for joining us on the stream today, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Harold, for joining towards the end of it, but we still appreciate your presence as well.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. So, but this was a lot of fun, and the next time we'll be back will be for Godzilla 2000. That'll be the first week of October. Look forward to it, everybody, and we'll see you later.